these real cases, the real one reviewer is a reviewer, so I want everybody to know that I do all kinds of reviews, movie reviews, show reviews, killer reviews, rant readings, all kind of videos, real life stories. I edit and produce scary stories and scare videos. You can see how much. So I'm a creator of all kinds. So this is something that's very popular right now on my channel, and it's hitting. So I'm keep going with these. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You gotta go, and whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm demonetized, guys. I want to help the channel, and these live streams keep going. Just donate to my Cash App. The link is on my channel page. Ring Street with a Z. You'll see my logo. So let's get into this. This is Missy Bevers. They say Bevers, Bevers, Missy Bevers. That's what we'll say, because Bevers would be spelled, whatever. But you can see whatever you like, all right? Oh, Missy. Oh, Missy. No, wrong Missy for sure here. She was the wrong Missy on this day. So Missy Bevers was, we're just going to go to, I got the crime, so we're going to go to Wiki first, all right? So April 18th of 2016, the body of Terry Leanne Missy Bevers Strickland was found at Creekside Church of Christ in Middleton, Texas. Bevers' murder garnered media attention after Midlothian police released surveillance footage from inside the church, which shows an unknown person dressed in armor and a SWAT uniform walking around the church hallways while occasionally breaking glass and opening doors. The case remains unsolved. This hides tips and theories. We're gonna give you not tips. I don't have a tip, but we have theories. Sure, I have some answers, I believe, to these theories, and what we're looking at, okay, and what's happening here and why it happened. The thing I just read that. So breaking glass. Let's get right into it. I want you to show you Missy Bevers, so you can. And opening doors. That's key. And we're gonna go through the surveillance footage of this person, okay? We're gonna analyze it and see what you think. Who is this person that killed Missy Bevers on April 18th of 2016? So, Terry Missy Bevers, was born on August 9th, 1970 in Graham, Texas. She married Brandon Bevers in 1998. She was the mother of 3 daughters, and the family resided in Red Oak. Bevers worked as a fitness instructor holding Camp Gladiator boot camps at Midlothian's Creekside Church of Christ. Fitness instructor holding Camp Gladiator boot camps. Really? Really? Camp Gladiator boot camps. Remember that. Is this person involved in that? Did they go to the boot camp? They are highly overweight, this person in this video, guys, that they're looking for. That they claim murdered her. Bevers is the fitness right. The night before her death, Bevers informed, Victoria Blake, 7356, I think it's only fair you show your blowhole at Camp Gladiator Boot Camp. Thank you, Victoria. Shamu, everybody in the chat. Make room. She is about to beach. It's Victoria Blake, everyone, 7356. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it. What do you think about, Terry Missy Bevers? Missy Bevers here. Bevers, excuse me. Can't get the name right. You could say it either way. So, Bevers informed her students that the fitness class would be held inside the church due to the unfavorable weather as opposed to the typical site at the church's parking lot before dawn. On April 18th of 2016, there was a heavy thunderstorm in Midlothian. Wow. Take a look at her. Victoria Place this last match. I love your lives. You're such a good. I love your lives. You're such a good sport. My BS. No, I love you too. Thank you, Victoria. You're so funny. I appreciate you coming. It's like an old friend, It comes by and tags you or hits you in the gut, And no, you're cool, Victoria. Thank you. I appreciate everybody coming to even troll or spend. I know how hard it is, to like click a live and listen to someone's bullshit. And even type something that might be trollish. It's very difficult, because you gotta give that person your attention, and you're like, fuck this person. Like, I just listen to them and just listen. Then you don't have to speak. But thank you, Victoria. You're so fun. Victoria Blake, everyone, 7356, friend of the channel for sure. Thanks to her. Hope all is well, Victoria. Always. So basically, Bevers was last seen on surveillance footage. Let's show her face, because I do this lady disjustice by not showing. Oh, you see her face. That's her. Yeah, everybody. That's a double image there. So this is a fitness instructor. See? It's very Now, ain't my type. You know what I'm saying, Victoria? Hey, is that you? Like, ain't my type. You're probably more my type than this woman here. I'm sorry, it just doesn't fit the mold for me. But you know, she had 3 children. She was happily married, and we're gonna go through the surveillance footage that everyone is talking about. They've been talking about for years, since 2016, guys. 10th year anniversary just passed of this murder of Missy Bevers. And we're gonna go through surveillance footage. That's all they have. Now listen, there's something else they have that we not. I have points we're gonna bring out, but I want to read the wiki first before we go to like Reddit and start going through that rabbit hole. Bevers was last seen in surveillance footage entering the church at 4:18 a.m. while preparing for her upcoming fitness class that was set to start at 5 a.m. Okay. Really? She was last seen on surveillance footage entering the church? Wait a second, guys. Stop. We're gonna stop right there. All right, I got such other points too in this fucking case. Like we're gonna go over we didn't even get the iceberg yet. Listen, wait a second. Bevers was last seen on surveillance footage entering the church at 4:18. Nothing to do with time, right? Nothing to do with time. What it is that we have footage of this person in this church way before, for like hours before this, you know, hours before Missy gets there, and you know what I mean? Why isn't there surveillance footage of her inside the church? Very good. You know what I mean? Why isn't there surveillance footage, everyone, of her and when she gets inside the church? Why is the last surveillance footage entering the church? So that's that, and they have some footage, guys, of this person in full SWAT gear in the church, going around breaking glass, opening doors, basically wandering around bored. What's up? Yeah, thank you. Love you. And yeah, so why, that's right. So why was on the footage, why was there surveillance footage of her last seen entering but not inside and walking around? So we're gonna, I don't know. So we're gonna find out, I don't know. Bevers was in the midst of transporting her exercise gear from her truck to the church. You're right. Shortly after 5 a.m., a student of Bevers' fitness class entered the church and saw Bevers' body. Thank you. Emergency services were called and the crime scene investigated. Bevers pronounced dead. Shortly after the police arrived, Bevers was found dead with several puncture wounds to the head and chest. A police warrant alleged that these wounds were consistent with tools the suspect was carrying throughout the building. Watch. That's what I'm saying. Look, it all makes sense. A hammer was found alongside other tools near Bevers' body. Tools. Random tools, right? So random tools. In the surveillance footage, I'm just gonna tell you what I know happened, all right? And what this fucking motive is, and what is the motive of this person. Watch. Look. A hammer was found alongside other tools near Bevers' body. Thanks for the like. Appreciate the like. Initially, police considered burglary, okay, as possible motive for the break-in. However, they were unable to find anything missing inside the church. You do not go inside to really rob a church, do you, everyone? So the motive is not robbery. Hi, Gigi, baby. How are you? Thanks for liking. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. We're talking about Missy Bevers. Excuse me. Missy Bevers? Is it Missy Bevers or Beaver? What does it say on the title of this live stream? It should be Bevers. Bevers. Anyways, I think I have an S there. Thank you, Gigi baby, for stopping in. And to Victoria Blake as well. Shouting out the blowhole. So listen, everyone. We're going to watch the surveillance footage. It's a very, very creepy surveillance footage of the murderer. All right? Now listen really close. The break-in was not motivated by robbery. Why would you go into a church to get rich? Well, you need to be a pastor to get rich inside a church. So if you're not a pastor, then you're not there for money. All right? And he wasn't there for service or God, because it was church service was over. School was out. Sunday school was out. Okay? So there's your motives cut down right in half, right? Not burglary, not God, not money, not, you know? So now you're gonna narrow it really down, guys, really down. In 9 minutes, we're getting already to the gritty, and I'm gonna explain my reasoning with sufficient evidence we're looking at and reading. However, they were unable to find anything missing inside the church, and the killer left behind several items belonging to Bevers, among them her purse and iPad. So it wasn't personal. See what they thinking, everyone. Wait, hold on. At one point, see, police believed Bevers was not only targeted, but that the suspect planned to make the crime appear as if it was a burglary gone wrong. According to unnamed sources, one of the warrants filed, police claimed that the suspect possessed a smartphone. Police also believe that Bevers might have conversed with her murderer preceding the crime. No. Investigators first believed the suspect to be male, but we're going to see in this surveillance footage how this person moves. All right? Now listen. The point I'm trying to make here is very telling, is that her purse and her iPad were left, meaning all her belongings. Meaning, if this was personal, they would have like documentation of it on her phone, on her iPad, of this person, some beef going down, a cheating affair. They would have it. They don't have it because it's not there. You know why it's not there? Because that's not the motive. The motive isn't she knows her personally and she did something wrong. Missy Bevers did not do anything wrong to this murderer we're gonna watch. Let me put it on. So I got the surveillance footage. We're gonna go large and we're gonna go inside. And you're gonna watch this person and I'm gonna, we're gonna go through it. So I'm switching the camera and we're gonna find some creepers. People say this is creepy, but this is evidence to be looked at. So what is this person doing? Here is the murderer of Missy Bevers, the morning of, before she arrives to her church. This is the church. So look, the person is opening up doors and they're going around like vandalizing, like, something you would do when you were bored. You know what I'm getting at? They were just bored. Look at this person. And they thought it was male. Just take a really good look if that's a male. Like, do this person do things that would be male-like? Do they move male-like? What is their motive here? Is it Missy? No. I believe no. I believe this person was not even in it for like robbery because they didn't take anything valuable. They were in it for like murder. But in the meantime, they were just fucking around, And Missy happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. So there's no evidence of any prior communication or any kind of affair or stress. Look at this person. Boom. Right there's a very telling. Look at that. That's not male, So I agree. See, sometimes some of this video is kind of like deceiving in a way at times, because you'd be like, wait a second, it does look like, because you got to take the gear off. You got to take that gear off. This is something a male would wear. So you're already identifying as a male, you see? But that's a female. The neck, how the shirt slides off, the collar of the neck, maybe some chest here, and just very, very female-like. Jared says, come on, man, this story is older than Mount St. Rushmore. It might be, Jared, but there's no answers. There's no answers to this surveillance footage. The cops don't. Why isn't the case solved if this thing is old? Yeah, it's a cold case, for sure. We're going through it. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate you, man. Your interest. You're interested. You came in and said something. So you must know it. It must be in your head. So thank you, though, Jared. Gigi Baby said it might be old, but I never heard of it. Thank you. That's the point, to enlighten. I appreciate it. That's what YouTubers do. We enlighten. I'm still watching. Thanks, Gigi Baby, for still watching. Thank you, Jared, too, for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. Gigi Baby, thank you very much. But that looks like a female, and that's what they're saying. I'm grateful for the info. Gigi Baby 1991 says, I'm grateful. Thank you. Yes, you got to be careful. You go to work and you show up. Jared says, yeah, I remember precisely when this happened. And I think it's obvious fact that the way she walks, the kind of reveals she's a female more than anything else. Yes, you're correct. Yes, Jared, thank you. Awesome, Jared. Thanks for your perspective there, right? What do you think about that, Jared, right? Gigi Baby Jared, what do you guys think, yeah? But Jared, thank you, man. I agree with you. The movements, but it kind of would throw you off with the gear, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, Gigi Baby 1991 says, and I was thinking the same thing. And then Gigi Baby 1991 says, I thought it was a man at first. And so did I at first, because you're not really, right? Because the gear, the SWAT gear, it's like, what kind of woman would wear that, right? Like, well, to throw off the cameras. She knew, more than likely, she knew she was on camera. Where's the cameras when Missy walks in? Why is there no surveillance of that? I think there is, and the cops are holding it. Gigi Baby 1991 says, and then I was like, wait, oh, girl, yeah, right. And that's what the cops were, exactly what the cops thought, as we read in the Wikipedia. We're going to go down the Reddit rabbit hole soon, but look at that, definitely, not sure what that is, but it's a glimmering hope. But this is very grainy surveillance footage, but we'll see this lady walk off. And this chest there, you can see the chest, you know, probably put a vest on to protect the boobies, whatever boobies there is, but very like frog-like, like, man. Opening doors, never been here before, so there's opening shit. I think it was a completely random, and Missy was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's that. So who is definitely a woman? Yes, yes, Pod. 538 says definitely a woman. Thank you, Pod. Yes, I agree. Me, Jared, Gigi, baby, we all agree with you. You know, I believe sort of the cops, right? But you could tell how cops, too, they're like, oh, well, they got the gear on, the SWAT gear. You know, what is that? Is that legit gear? Why can't the cops tell us if that's legit gear or not? Is that in the wiki we're going to read? Or on Reddit or something? Is that legit cop gear? How could you get something like that? And what did she buy it from Amazon? Did this person order this from Amazon? Like, they can't track an Amazon order for this kind of gear on Amazon. Where does you get this shit? So I want to track that. You know? Why don't we track that? Why don't we track that, y'all? You know? Why don't we track that shit? I don't know. Well, who wears shit like that? Who has that? I don't think anybody has that. Bevers police are doing their job with every detail. Okay, yeah, so somebody's, I'm not gonna, you know, we're going back to, the whole thing solves it is this surveillance footage. And I'm gonna tell you why before I be looking back and forth. I'm gonna loop it. There's no other crime scene photos. Listen, there's nothing else released. There's no other footage. There's no other, that I know of. I mean, I think there was like, supposedly one of the room where she's murdered, but supposedly they have footage. How can they not have surveillance of inside like this when Missy enters at 4:18 a.m. that morning? This person, this woman is walking around bored, breaking stuff, opening doors, probably looking. Look at that. You can see what they're doing. Got the helmet on. Look at this. What kind of boots are those? Those are like rain boots or something. Those aren't combat boots. What the fuck are those? Like, what the fuck are those? What the fuck are those? Like, right? Seriously, guys? What is those? Those aren't combat boots, are they? I don't know what kind of fucking boots those are. This is a cheap, really cheap. This person, whoever this is cheap, sloppy. Sloppy. Look at the neck. How come the cops can't solve this? I'm done. I'm getting ranty. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. Look at this person, how they walk. You're telling me that is so distinct of a walk. And in the area, the surrounding area, GBA says, you said, what is those? Yeah, what are those? Those aren't army boots or like, they're like rain boots or something. This is the cheapest SWAT. And they're putting this to you, the regular person, the Minnothanian police department is saying, this person's so damn clever, everyone, that they got masked up in a hell. You know what I mean? Look at this shit. You think that's clever? It's a fucking Halloween costume from, you know, Halloween Spirit, Halloween. Like, what the fuck is this? That looks a little legit. But one of them's got to be legit. But why have that on, right? You're saying, why choose police, right? Well, this woman, because we're calling her a woman. Unless it, you know, it tends to see anywhere else. Look at the hammer. Supposedly that's the hammer maybe she killed. That's the hammer she used to kill Missy Bevers with. Apparently it was found near a body, so that's got to be the same hammer. What did you pull a different hammer? Why bring a hammer? To break things. Missy walks in, surprises him. You're dead. Wrong place, wrong time. He's in there just, maybe this person was there to kill somebody, but maybe, I doubt it. I don't know. They were ready to kill. You know, Missy's at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's my theory on this. He didn't know this person. There was no affair, you know? There was no text messaging. The cops already have that. It would already be over. This case would be solved. Pod 9538 says, pigeon walk, it's a woman. He's right. A woman would tell you it's a woman. You know, get a woman. Gigi Baby saw it, says it's a woman. I think it looks like Gigi Baby's a woman. I don't see the... Jared says, only thing we seem to disagree about, I personally do definitely believe that this was entirely planned out well in advance. They obviously knew the victim routine and knew her daily schedule. Okay, you have a good point, Jared. It does seem like this person is walking around with the intention to wait her out, right? And Missy's the one that showed up first, so she's dead. But Jared's right. You're saying the theory too goes that this person was motivated to murder her specifically, hence just killing time, no point intended, until Missy shows up, his intended target and victim, as a hitman. This is what hitmen do, and they wait around like this and open doors and touch shit and come in stupid, goofy fucking SWAT, right? So the hitman was like watching her and waiting for her over a personal beef that we have no motive of, no proof of, right? It was just, that's what you're telling me. And watched her stupid ass routine in the parking lot. How would he know that she's gonna move to inside because of the weather that day? Had to be someone on the inside then that was in the class or knew her, or knew a person that knew her. So you're going too far with the rabbit hole there, my friend. Lesbian lover. No. Pod 95538 says no. Too much work. You have her show up in a secluded place if it is a lesbian lover. And you take her out secluded easy. This is too much. Too much risk is involved. And this person knew the risk, even though they're stupid. Okay? They knew the risk. So that's why they masked the fuck up police on the back. You gotta understand why I put this specific outfit on. It's not something, and where did you get it? So I wanna look at the wiki first, and then I wanna go down a rabbit hole. Jared says, Missy was known for being the first person to celebrate every morning. Yeah, we see that. She looks very punctual. Yes, Jared. So she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what I'm saying. You get punctual. You keep, maybe she shouldn't have been punctual that day. It was a little rainy, right? She was moving it inside. Maybe she should have took a little bit of time, or maybe it would have been someone else laying on that floor in one of them rooms. So I don't know where the body's found, how far she walks into the building before she's attacked. They say there might be some interaction, but there's no prior interaction. They can't prove prior interaction because there is none. This person never knew Missy. I don't even believe they knew this church. Like Jared has there's two theories: that this person didn't know Missy at all, and it was random, and they weren't looking for valuables, Jared. So don't say that they were like, right. The intention was what? What's the intention then, Jared? If it's not robbery. All right. It's not vandalism. That's a lot to do for vandalism, right? This person's wearing this police in case they get caught, in case they run into someone like Missy. They could say, oh, I'm just, look at this person breaking shit randomly. Look, who does that? Like, why do that? Thanks for the 2 likes. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in. Jared, Gigi Baby Pod, 953. Thank you guys. Pod says, this is an old case though. 2016, 10 years, pretty much last in April, yeah. So 10 years. Oh, 10 years, Jared. So 2016. So you are on target. It is old. But when it comes to murder and something like this, it's never old, especially when it's unsolved. If it was solved, I would say it was old news. It's unsolved murder. It's a mystery who this person is, even to the police. But maybe it's not to us. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to go through the details. Thanks for the 3 likes. I appreciate you guys liking and coming in and just chatting and sharing it up, chopping it up about this. Missy, listen, she's fit. She's real fit. All right? So here's scenario. This person surprised her from behind with the hammer. I don't know the wounds. I didn't see the autopsy report. Pod says not the, yeah, man, cold case. Yeah, cold case, bro. And look, you have shit like this, and you're telling me it's cold still? After 10 years? What is the deal? Because what's the interaction here? She hit from behind because this person's big. And it doesn't matter if it's male or female, bigger than Missy, and Missy's fit. So where's the struggle at? Where's the struggle? So maybe from behind. But this person has the up on Missy, even though Missy knows the place and this person doesn't. This person is there first and can hear her walking in or whatever, Look at this, leaving the doors open, not giving a fuck. Walking around like your kitchen, like you own the place. You ever walk around your kitchen like that? Like Pod was saying, a frog walk, like a Conor McGregor kitchen walk. Like you walk, you could see this female going to her living room, getting her ass up, and strolling to her fucking fridge and getting a pizza and putting it in the microwave, one of them Tonys, into Tostinos. Right, guys? Look how she walks to the kitchen. Oh, I gotta go to walk to the kitchen. Oh, fuck this. Bang. All right. A man, now listen, a man kind of has more force and velocity when breaking shit, even if it's for the purpose of fun. A man loves to do it for fun. He's gonna, man, I'll tell you, man, I'll be whacking the shit out of stuff. There'd be a fucking mess in this bitch. But she's a female. So her intention, like even, it's just, bang, bing, fuck that, just kicking it. Kind of like Columbine, they just went around shooting random shit eventually and walking around, oh, what to do until somebody walks in to kill. That's what you're thinking, right? Lazy. Oh, Jared says, okay. Yeah, all right, Jared. Pod 9538 says lazy, right, lazy. Lazy outfit, lazy walk, sloppy crime scene, lazy. But the cops can't get it. You know why? Because there's no motive. It's random. That's why they're trying to connect it. They're like, there has to be a motive. There is a motive. It's randomosity. It's wrong place, wrong time. It's, what is it? There's another theory for that, Like you said, Jared, she's there early. They're moving the class inside. She's there particularly early on this day. Then maybe this person didn't expect to run into her. How come they didn't hold off and kill more people as they walked in if the intention was murder? Jared says, as a matter of fact, there was even rumors going around that the person in this outfit, if it is a man, resembles her father-in-law's work. Believe it or not. Wow, that is for the cops, huh? I didn't see any of that. I want to get paid like the cops to do that kind of investigation. You know what I'm saying? Checking out his frog walk, the father, but all right, say it is a family member, somebody that knew her, right? That would explain the reason for this, for the police, for the helmet, right? To go far as that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jared, it may be possibly, yes. Because this person really has to go all out to throw off the cops. They know there's surveillance, right? All through this church. They know Missy works here, like you're saying. They got her routine backed. No doubt. Could be a family member, but what is the motive? That's the thing. And do they have an alibi? So that's probably all checked out, right? The alibi's checked. The cops. Where's the surveillance from inside after Missy enters? And how does this murder go down? Missy is fit. She could run. Why doesn't she run? Everybody, where is these questions not answered? Why doesn't she run? And if she runs, she's gonna run. I would run. Would you run? Look at this person. Would you run from this person? I'd run from this person. I wouldn't stop to talk to them.
Unless you recognize them and thought it was a joke.
Well, they take their helmet off and they say, hey, Missy, you recognize me? I'm your father-in-law. Come with me in this suit. Or they switched out outfits. I don't know what time this is, She arrives at 4:18 a.m. And then shortly, an hour later, she's found, pretty much. Her body's found in one of these rooms. Rooms? Was she dragged into a room? I don't believe she was even killed inside an isolated room. You know what I mean? How do you get her in an isolated room like this, dressed like this? Unless you're forcibly dragging her. Is there drag marks? Like, the cops weren't going to tell us nothing else. I got to go back to Wiki. I got to go back to Reddit. 4 likes. Thank you all. Appreciate all. Jared, Pod. Yes, GG, baby, everybody. Appreciate you all. So, thanks for all the support. I'm demonetized for 4 years, but I appreciate all the support. Jared says, then another theory was there's pretty much thought it was a targeted situation because nothing was taken, nothing was stolen. This is not a hitman. All right? So no, not a target. Not like that. No, not at all. Didn't stalk her for an affair. Wasn't hired by the husband to murder her. Nothing like that, guys. All right? She wasn't cheating with the next door neighbor, and this is the disgruntled wife. No. Okay? I wish. But no. You're looking at the murderer of Missy Bevers walking around, waiting to do what? This is what you do when you wait for murder. When you wait to murder someone, everyone, you just make yourself even well more known. If somebody walks in and hears you banging around like a dumb idiot, how come she didn't hear him banging around, this person banging around and all this shit? How come she didn't walk in and notice glass on the ground? So how come she kept walking inside? Maybe that is a good point. Maybe she did know the person and they took off the mask and they took off the fit. I don't know. The cops have more surveillance inside. How come there's no surveillance from inside after Missy enters, being released? Pod 9538 says definitely not a hitman, but definitely knows her. Definitely knows her, right? So how come? Okay, so what the first people you're checking is the family, right? Okay, cool. We're cool. We're cool with the family. They check. They're good. Then the class, anyone in the spin class or this fucking church class, right? That she does specifically, you're checking. They check. Bang. Then you're checking anybody in church. Any of your friends. I already did the friends and family. You're checking anybody in church. You know, but definitely not a hitman. But definitely not a hitman. So the motive here, you're saying, is to murder Missy Bevers the whole time. And how you start this murder is by basically leaving behind all this kinds of evidence. Because your plan to get away with murder is so fucking awesome that you can leave this evidence behind on camera, touching shit, breaking shit, you know, and get away with murder. No, guys, you can't. This person, I don't think, even planned to, like, this is, she walked in and ran it. It was, you want to go deeper. I want to go deeper on the wiki. I don't want to give something just yet because I want to see further, but I want to make a couple more points. Let me take this light real quick. I want to make a couple more points about this, all right? Because I have them written down. The random tools, all right? Supposedly this person brought random tools that you're looking at. Do you see them? The hammer swinging, randomly hitting shit. It's random. Random tools. A random hammer is found near her to kill her with. Puncture wounds, whatever it was. We'll go through the, I don't have the autopsy further, but random tools. It's random, like random tools. Like, see the hammer? Like, you don't really bring a hammer to a murder. Is that really a murder weapon of choice to bring? Why not a gun or a base? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? To break shit up, to vandalize. Is this person religiously motivated? Is this person religiously motivated? And Missy Bevers walked in. VV Pool 372 says maybe a real cop or knows one. That's why it's cold. Hi, yeah, possibly too. Right. Thank you. VV Pal 3726 said hi, and she gave a good point. Sorry, I don't assume gender, but thank you, VV. Yes, maybe a real cop or knows one. That's why it's right. Or maybe that's how they obtained this jacket. At least the police and the helmet. I'm not sure if the helmet's even legit. The cops could tell us if it's real SWAT. They would know if they're impressed or not by this gear. Could be Amazon. It could be Spirit of Halloween, right? But maybe a real cop knows one, right? Vivi Powell says cover up fits good. Pod 953 says it is creepy. Yes, Pod. Yes, Vivi. Possibilities all day, and it is creepy. Guys, this is a huge church. It is 4 in the morning, a little bit 4 in the morning. This person is, whatever the intention here, it's bad. It's bad, whatever you see the intention, and it's a church, and it's stone cold silent. There's no audio. I mean, why would there be audio? All you're hearing is quietness, you know? But I don't think there's audio. But if there was audio, what, could you hear breathing of a woman or male? I don't know. You know, this person is obviously overweight. Were they pissed off that Missy couldn't get them, you know, the camp? She runs this camp, this gladiator camp. Did this person was an ex-person of the camp and was pissed off that Missy was so popular and loved and in shape, and maybe Missy said something that stuck with this person in the gladiator camp, guys, the fit camp, and they came back for murder. I think that might be a higher possibility than, you know, hitman or, you know, even the randomosity of it, right? The randomosity of this person just showing up to vandalize, not steal, and then get at it, you know, is a little bit far-fetched, right? Wherever they're coming from a distance. They can't be close because they would be found out. You know, like Pod was saying, that frog walk, right? Motives, where were you, alibis, you're too close to the person. So not easy for the cops to narrow this suspect down because of the randomosity of it. It's like they're trying to make connections that aren't there, which there isn't, but we want one there because we gotta have a reason. When somebody says there shouldn't be any reason for evil, there has to be a reason for evil because we have to understand it. Because when you can't comprehend something, that's when it's more scary. So it's hard to comprehend for people, you know, after 10 years. Yeah, and the police, it's hard for them to comprehend. Scary, because you don't know what's going on here. Like, what is this person's real intention? What are they doing there? That's strange, this interaction with the door. What is that? Who does that? Is that a very, very, I'm invested so bad. Gigi Baby, I'm invested so bad. Thank you, Gigi Baby. Appreciate that. I mean, I know I'm just showing YouTube footage, but I will show my face eventually again when we read through the wiki. But I find this very interesting. But thank you, Gigi Baby, for being interested and being invested. You know, YouTube doesn't invest in the real review. I've been to Money Times for 4 years, but I appreciate all the support and the interest. And let's see. So look at this real quick. This person is doing something with the door. This female, very interested in this door. What is this door? It has a lot of papers on the side. It looks to be like some kind of primary door. You know, like what is that door? A director's door? Gigi, Vivi Powell, 3726 says, knows their way around, obviously. Okay, looks right in the camera, arrogant. They know they won't be caught sometimes so close you can't see. All right, Vivi says under. That's what Jared's thinking, right? It's under our nose, right? Everybody, it's under our nose. This person is in kind of like the Delphi, right? The Delphi murder case. This person is part of the community. Were they upset with Missy for not helping them better in the gladiator camp, or they were pissed off the way they were talked to? This person's overweight, you know, Missy's not. Missy's a fitness instructor. This person's not. This person's going to the fridge at 12 a.m. grabbing, you know, sweet teas. Gigi baby, 971 says, I need answers. Yes, we do. And I think we'll have them. I have some points here, but we're getting to the gritty. Vivi Powell says, they're looking right now. Yeah, right? He's looking right now. See, weird. That's why the mask. That's why Vivi Powell is correct. This person can look arrogantly and walk around like Conor McGregor and Vince McMahon around this whole fucking church like they own it. Like God ain't got shit. This is what this person's moment is. They're 15 minutes. This is it. They're ready. They're walking around like Conor McGregor. You see that, guys? The swag of this person. And you're right. They can stare at the camera because look at the mask. Look at the... They're not going to find me. I bought this off Amazon. I bought these rain boots off Amazon. Whatever this shit is, I don't know. Gotta be able to trace what the fuck this is. The cop's gotta be able to tell if it's real or not. Is it costume? I don't know. Or read it through Reddit maybe further. But this is creepy. It's silent. This person's alone in this big church. Bad weather outside. They're gonna move a class in. Missy's coming in any minute. And she's gonna be dead in the next 45 minutes or a half hour here. She's gonna walk in and be dead. But how does it happen? How does it go down? Where's the surveillance footage of the murder? They got more. They're waiting. They're holding. Okay, you wait and hold then. But what did this person doing with the door? You know, but yeah, the costume is for they can be arrogant, right? Vivi Powell has a great point. They can be arrogant. And right, okay, say they know the place. They've been there before. And then you say, well, what's their reason for being there before? Not now. We kind of can, like, right, decipher maybe what the two reasons. It's not robbery, so it's either murder or vandalism, or just to fuck around. And I doubt, you know, they obviously didn't fuck around. They fucked around. Gigi baby says, haha, I have to go, but I'll be back. That's okay, Gigi baby. You have a life. I have a life. We have lives. All right. I'm switching it back real quick. I need to show the beautiful face, the beautiful, you know, we're done with this for a moment. I'm going to pause here because he's doing something with this door. And I want to analyze that a little further. Why would you be doing that with the door if you know the place? There's something important behind that door? Like, what's behind that door? Is that the director's door? Is that the manager's door? Is that Missy's door? Like, tell me, what is that door? So I'm going to go through the rabbit hole because there's really good shit on Reddit on this shit, probably more than likely. Reddit is a very surprising place. Yeah, it is. I want to thank everybody, though, for the likes and, you know, just for the attention for coming in and talking about this, man. This is Missy Bevers. The surveillance footage I'm showing you, there's extended by 2 minutes footage. But the footage I showed you was like in sequence, supposedly. Thanks for the 4 likes. I appreciate you guys. Was in sequence, supposedly. I'm not sure. This other footage I'm playing is 2 minutes longer than the previous. But there's pictures of Missy. And if there's anything of interest, there's the parking lot. Wow, that's freaky. Okay, guys, check it out. So I just want to show you real quick for reference. I have this on the record so I could check it. So there is the supposedly parking lot footage of her pulling up around 4:18 a.m. in the morning on April 18th. The church parking lot is huge. This person, how did they arrive? Foot, car? Is there tracks? It's very rainy. You're telling me they can't leave anything behind here, guys? This person is sloppy. But she's the only one. Only one. There's a car light over here. There's a street, you know? But it's so dead at 4 a.m. probably with rainy, guys. You imagine that? Very rainy for Missy Bevers. She's pulling in. You know, it's not even per usual because she's got to move the class. Usually it takes place in this parking lot. See how big it is? It takes place in the parking lot, but now she's got to move it inside. So she shows up extra early, more than likely to prepare the class, surprising this individual that is roaming the halls of her job. See? Roaming randomly with police on. Is that blue? Is that a different kind of blue? Very weird. What is cheap? Something's distorted. Is that Nikes? That's not boots. Like what kind? Anyways, I'm done. Vivian Powell says, was something supposed to be in there for them? I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know? But this is her pulling up in her car. And there's no car of the suspect. There's no bike. This person, what is this? You're telling me that person walked? Stop right there. You're telling me that person walked? Guys, did you see the surveillance? Should we go back? All right, yeah, we should, real viewer. This person walked there? Where's this person? Hello, did you walk here? Guys, look how this person walks like, you know, Vince McMahon, Conor McGregor through this church, waiting their whole life to shit on this place. It could have been religiously motivated, and Missy showed up. They wanted to vandalize the place. They knew they'd be on camera. Yes, you're correct. They knew the building, not Missy. That's my point. They knew the building, not Missy. Hence the wrong Missy. The wrong Missy. The wrong Missy. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. Hence the hammer as the murder weapon. He's got it in the person got it in their hand. The reason it's throwing you off too is because it's a female. Possibly. So you're thinking it's an affair or it has to be a cat fight. It has to be motivated by something more than just randomosity that she walked in and this person was here with the religious beef with the church and wanted to vandalize it maybe. And was on camera, like you said, Viddy's news on camera. So then they were gonna do more. They're doing what they need to do here, but then Missy walks in 45 minutes into this and she's killed because this person's gonna be caught. You know, Missy's like probably running. Missy's probably screaming. She's fit, guys. Murders are out of not convenience, but out of out of necessity. He needs to do it. This person needs to kill her because she walked in on him doing this. She's the only one that has the keys to the building. How did this person get in? How did this person get in? We know that Missy has keys, right? She's getting in with keys. How did this person get in? You know? Okay, why don't they show us pictures of the break-in? Obviously, they used a hammer to break in. Possibility. And then they used a hammer to murder her because she walked in on the vandalism. She walked in on it. Does that make a little sense? I'm making a little sense here with this. Does it kind of make more sense than anything, you know, that we discussed theory-wise? I mean, I think it does. This person had a beef, but it was with the building and the church, possibly someone else having to do with the church. And Missy was doing it extra early, guys, because of the weather. So she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. She probably, you know what I mean? That's why she was murdered. She walked in on this vandalism of this person, and they had that's why the murder weapon was the hammer for that reason. See? That's what I was thinking. I was like, if you're gonna murder someone and you're planning a hit and you're like, you would have a gun, you would have a knife, you would have a piece of rope, you would come Godfather style behind him and say, Don Corleone says hello, you know, to Missy or some shit. But no, this person, why what they're doing, why what they're wearing, and why the murder weapon, and why the motive. And that's what you have. There is no motive, but necessity at the moment to kill the witness and move on out of here. Why did they just leave after that then, guys? Well, because you're saying the target was secured. The package was secured. You know, she was killed. The job was done. Nah, man, there's no jobs here. You know? What job? This is a hitman to you? This is someone that was hired for $10,000 or this is someone that's hired for $5 to go clean the toilets. You know what I mean? But they're not even doing their job. This person's so... Well, there's a movement here that looks male at a second. But you know, let me keep studying this video because it really swings me with it. So either whether it's male or female, the whole point is the motive and who it is, right? So we know why the person's wearing what they're wearing. We know the thing is, why are they there? You know, and they're not there to kill Missy Bevers. No, they're there to vandalize. They hate the. You think they're doing this out of boredom when they're waiting around to kill Missy Bevers when they're paid to do it, or they got a beef from the fair, or she said some bad words to them over a fat gladiator camp? Do you really think that? And they're walking around leaving all this evidence. They know they're on camera. Do you really think that this person is lazy? This person is newbie? There is a hole in the mask area here showing skin constantly. The person, this top shirt is, they're so overweight, it doesn't like fit. It's too large. So it reminds me of something maybe possibly a woman would be wearing, but it's very sloppy. And how did they get there to this place transportation wise? This person's not walking there, you know? And if they're not Ubering, because that is right, that is in 2016, I don't think that was a thing, but how are they getting there, guys? You know, how is this person overweight getting there? That's what the first thing is, a cop. You know, this person in surveillance footage is very overweight. They have like a hunchback too, but a little bit. But this person, they're trying to get in the door, but it's weird. You know what I'm saying about that though? Right. It's hard to think sometimes because I lose track because, you know, it's just so obvious what's going on here. But I mean, you know, what do I know? I don't know shit. No, there's nothing supposed to be in there for him. There's nothing supposed to be in there for him. That's what I'm saying. There's no goods. It's a church building. There's shit in the church. The priest has all the money at his house underneath his bed. You know what I'm saying? This person knows there's nothing there. You know what's really funny? People say he knows this place. This person knows this church. I think there's a high possibility by looking at this surveillance footage, they really don't, because they're opening up this closet. And the way they're opening up the closet, like they never opened it before. And they look in, like they want to see what's in there, and they walk in. Really, man, and really this person is... See, you can't have preconceived notions when going into this. You know, you have to have everything clean and just say, wow, this sheetrock falling off the wall. This person's banging the shit out of the wall. For what reason? You know, there's a reason for everything. Even if it's stupid or unreasonable. Yeah. So, did this person use the bathroom at any point? Listen to me closely. This person is overweight. All right, in the surveillance footage, you're telling me they didn't drink water at any point during this vandalism and murder or go to the bathroom? Yeah, man, he didn't. This person didn't. Okay. They're so fucking overweight. How did it get there? There's no surveillance park. There's surveillance parking lot of her pulling up, but this person apparently magically appears in the church, guys. I'm so sick of this shit. Yeah, pick that up. Yeah. Wait till it rests down a little bit. So yeah, unbelievable. So looking at that footage, right? Let's pause it real quick. I'm gonna go back to Wiki. All right. So, all right, we stopped it here, guys. Investigators first believed the suspect to be male. So they first believed that like we kind of do when we're looking at this. And sometimes even now. However, police later changed their position, saying that although the suspect's gait appears to be feminine, the suspect is not known for sure. So we don't know for sure. You've seen it by the surveillance. The suspect wore what appeared to be SWAT police outfit and tactical gear from head to toe, including a police-marked vest, a black helmet, and a black pair of gloves. Bevers' relatives were questioned during the investigation. The alibis of Bevers' husband and father-in-law were questioned and confirmed by police. Good to go. Suspicions were aroused when a published search warrant reported her father-in-law 4 days after the murder, bringing a dry cleaner a bloodied shirt. He later explained the blood as dog blood spilled by two dogs fighting. Who the fuck? Jared. I think Jared mentioned his father-in-law. What? I'm sorry, guys. That's a really hell of a explanation. You know? Why can't he just say he cut his finger like OJ or someone on a piece of glass? I mean, there must have been so much. Can they test it if it's dog blood or not? So you must have been telling the truth. Midlothian police performed a forensic analysis on the shirt. Oh, what do you know? Oh, shit. Confirming the absence of human blood and the presence of dog blood. Really? Okay. All right. Four days after the murder. I mean, do they know that for sure, though? That, like, that he brought a bloody shirt? Okay, I know they tested the shirt. I get it. And it's dog blood. I understand that. You know, I understand it. But that's hell. Like, this is so weird. Like, all right, guys, I'm sorry. Your daughter-in-law was just murdered, and you know. Okay. Anyways, move on. Because they cops know what they're doing. We're not doing their job for them. Investigators also made note of the suspect's distinct walking gait. We did, guys, like Conor McGregor, like Vince like going to the refrigerator. You know, I'm walking to the refrigerator type shit. I'm big shit. The suspect in the surveillance footage appears to walk slowly, sometimes steadying themselves with the wall. Right, where's the water? And this person killed. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm done. How do you kill Missy Bevers? She is so fit. Oh my God, this woman was a triathlon athlete. How do you do it? How does this fat tub of lard pull up on behind her? And a big ass building. You guys know. We're not doing this anymore. I refuse. I refuse to be lied to. Refuse to be lied to. Oh my God. Really? Guys, this tub of lard with their fucking hammer, with their big ass feet, sneaking up on Missy Bevers. Sneaking up on Missy Bevers, guys. Killing her. No way. The suspect in the surveillance footage appears to walk slowly, sometimes steadying themselves with the wall while having trouble moving, their right foot or leg. We've seen a little bit of that limp, you know, a little bit of that drag walk. Midlothian police have stated that this distinct gait may have been due to a temporary condition. In 2021, the FBI asked Dr. Michael Nierenberg, a forensic podiatrist, to study the suspect's gait. Nierenberg stated that the person's gait is affected by the weight of the gear and weapons. Excuse me? Excuse me? What weapons? Okay, I'm kind of over this shit. So, and that there is no relationship between gait and gender. He concluded that the suspect's gender cannot be determined solely from their gait. We're not allowed to do that, everyone. He's like, no, we're not allowed to assume gait. Okay? So you can stop that right now. Oh, thank you. As of 2026, police do not believe the investigation to be cold. They don't. Of course don't. Of course not. They're working on it right now, guys. Law enforcement indicated there are unnamed persons of interest in the investigation. Really? Who is that? Thanks for the 5 likes. Appreciate it. Thanks for the 5 likes. We're going hard on Missy Bevers, murdered April 18, 2026, in her church before a spin class, or not a spin class, a acrobatic, aerobics class. We got the surveillance footage of this person. It's famous surveillance footage of them walking around.
You know the spike that I want?
Yeah.
The Zoe one?
Mm-hmm.
What was Zoe spike?
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, man. I love you, brother. You're so good.
And it was on video.
Love it. Oh, good. So, hold on. I want to get to the surveillance footage. That's very important to me. Why there isn't any inside. Okay, so...
Say hi.
Huh? Hi, guys. Hi, Ronald.
He's having me. He's having me, guys.
I know you got
guys, after this, guys, watch his browsing right now.
Thank you, Ron. I love you, son. So, surveillance footage. This is key. Police... I'll do it in a minute, okay? Police checked the church's surveillance camera system early on during the investigation. Although cameras outside the church were not... Wait a second. What are you talking about? Wait a second, guys. What is that photo then? What's the photo of her pulling into the parking lot outside? What's that? It's here. There's a photo of her pulling outside the parking lot. Why? What? Anyways, maybe... Okay. Police checked the church's surveillance camera system early on during the investigation. Although cameras outside the church were not functioning on the day of the murder, cameras inside the church were functional and surveillance footage was recovered. Surveillance footage taken at around 4 a.m. appears to show the suspect of an unknown origin, gender, and identity walking in the church's hallways while occasionally smashing glass and attempting to open doors lining the church's hallways. We saw that. Surveillance footage reportedly shows Bevers walking down the church hallways before her murder. This is scary. Why am I scared? Oh my God, I gotta put the phone down. I'm getting fucking scared, dude. Yo, I shut the lights off and everything, and this surveillance of this person walking around this empty church, and just thinking of Missy Bevers walking through there, not knowing what is waiting for her. Scary, guys. So this is the 2000, I showed you guys the 2000 Nissan Altima. Oh, it's not her. It's an unidentified. This is the 2019 Nissan Altima sedan, similar to the unidentified one, recorded driving suspiciously in the parking lot a few hours before the killing. So that's how she got there. Wow, that's the suspects. We have it here. We have the suspect's car. Huh? That's a lot of evidence. What the fuck is going on? Why can't they get this person? Because it's the randomosity of it. You know, you're trying to find a motive that isn't there. So you're going to be chasing your tail all day until you accept the fact that this person was, Missy was at the wrong place at the wrong time, probably. So, that's freaky. Surveillance footage reportedly shows Bevers walking down the church hallways before her murder. Although the specific footage has not been released to the public by the Midlothian police, the Midlothian police have also not revealed where Bevers and the suspect crossed paths. It is believed that the suspect murdered Bevers in a violent encounter you're welcome, inside the church. There you have it. This description, guys, on Wikipedia is very generalized, but just by that surveillance footage, the hammer in the hand, how big the other person was, how out of shape they were, and how in shape Missy Bevers was, this was a fight to the death. Literally. I don't know about DNA because it's hard to scratch someone with that armor on, with the helmet on, but they gotta be very hot, overweight. They're very exhausted by the time Misty shows up. There is surveillance footage, and there's apparently this crime scene is so bloody and a mess.
Can I make a video while I watch the zombie?
Go ahead. Apparently this was such a violent encounter inside the church. They crossed paths, but they're not revealing where. They ran into each other. You could tell from the surveillance footage, maybe the reaction, if it was surprise. So it was probably surprise, guys. This wasn't a planned murder. So it was surprise and then kill. And that's what the cops have, you know? The surveillance shows it all. Even this murder scene would show it all, how violent it was. You know, not because it was personal, because this person was really out of shape. It was a hell of a fight, probably. I don't know if there's other DNA left at the scene by the attacker, by the perpetrator, but it was a hell of a fight. You know, this woman is fit. She's not going down without a fight. Oh, she's running. It's a hammer versus, it's not a gun, it's not a knife. It's not going to end quickly or easily. This person is out of shape. In the surveillance, they're out of shape. Take a look. Okay, let's switch it. They're out of shape. We're going to play it. This fight, look, so you could say this whole way here. She's walking, boom. She walks in, and bam. Walks into this person, sees her, hey, boom. Chases her, grabs her. There's a fight. She's got the hammer. Boom, boom, boom. In this fight, she's trying to get away. She's trying to, it's a hell of a fight. This person's big compared to Missy, but Missy's in shape, and she can run, you know? Really hell of a fight. Probably blood all over the fucking place. Handprints on the wall, all kinds of shit. Big ass church, really long. You know, you got to get away. This person is not getting away. Probably sat on her, grabbed her, laid on her, not letting her go. You know, so this person here versus Missy Bevers in a one-on-one encounter in this hallway, for example, is going to be a murder scene, a bloody fucking murder scene, and that's what there's a violent encounter, guys, a violent encounter. So they encountered each other. They crossed paths. This person was not expecting to see Missy. Missy was not expecting to see them. And there you have it. Hence why the parking lot was cased. Okay, guys, it wasn't cased for Missy. It was cased not for Missy specifically. It was cased, see, by the suspect. This is the suspect's car an hour before. And this is an unidentified 2012 white Nissan roaming around the parking lot. I thought it was her car pulling in. I mean, it's not, guys. It's the suspects, supposedly, possibly. But why case the joint? You know, if you already know, you're making sure you're being put them on more camera. You're putting your license, you're getting more on more camera, more, you know, this supposed hitman. They encounter each other in the hallway, right? Going through, doing the normal shit that this person's doing, beating the shit out of stuff. You know, it does lead me towards possibly being more of a man because Missy was so in shape, you know, and this person was already out of shape doing a whole bunch of vandalism. So, no water, when you're drinking from the water fountain, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's something, you know, casing like that, driving around. We have it. You know, they said, what's the connection between Missy and this person? That's just wrong place, wrong time. That's the connection. You know, she walked in extra early, guys, extra early. And they moved it to inside. They never moved this shit inside. Why did the person go to the parking lot to see, make sure that they weren't there? That's why. Maybe they knew, right? Maybe they knew the church, like you're saying, and they knew the routine, and they saw that nobody was there in the parking lot working out, so they went inside to do their vandalism. Midlothian police have a detailed description of church killer, but won't release it. Police said she had multiple puncture wounds in her head and chest. Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about. Of course. Trying to put this together in your head, right, everyone? Like, you know, this is a personal vendetta. This was, you know, Missy was cheating on an affair. This was a disgruntled woman or a disgruntled husband. This was a hit. No. I know it's hard to, is it hard to believe that it was just random, that this person was doing some bad shit in this church and wanted to fuck it up and case the joint? That's what they did. They cased it first to make sure no one was there. And then they came back to do their vandalism. Or whatever the fuck, that's what they're doing. That's all. They're stupid, they're lazy. They were doing, maybe they would have done more, but they happened to commit a murder, you know? That's why it was violent. A planned murder, a hit, wouldn't be that violent. They're saying it was a violent encounter. Cross paths, violent encounter. You hear that? Yeah, so that's not a hit, everyone. So get your head out of your ass. It is believed that the suspect murdered Bevers in a violent encounter inside the church. Hand-to-hand combat. Because they weren't prepared to murder. That's why there was no knife brought. That's why there was no weapon brought. This person says, what weapon? A hammer? That's for vandalism. It wasn't for the intention of murder. It became the murder weapon, and she left it there. The person left it there. So, if you're planning murder, you take the murder weapon with you. You don't leave it. Unless you're Michael Corleone. In May 2016, Midlothian police released a still image of what is believed to be a 2010-2012 Nissan Altima. I know the Altima very well. Driving around early morning in the parking lot of SWFA Outdoors, we saw that still picture they released of possibly the suspect casing the joint. Why case the place if you already know? Because you're making sure nobody's there and you're going to go inside and do your vandalism or whatever you plan to do there, not murder. I told you, she walked up on him. They prized each other, and a violent encounter ensued in the church. That's what they're saying. They crossed paths. Midlothian police have also not revealed where they crossed paths. It is believed that the suspect murdered Bevers in a violent encounter inside the church. But this car was driving around outdoors at a sports goods store located close to Creekside Church. The car, which police believe was an oval bumper sticker, pulled into the SWFA outdoors parking lot around 2 a.m. before leaving. Just a few minutes later, police believe this could help the investigation. Later in December of 2016, SWFA Outdoors released the full surveillance footage from the parking lot. Really? The video shows the vehicle of interest entering the parking lot the same early morning as the murder. The driver circles the store's parking lot, flashes the vehicle's headlights randomly, and parks in a secluded area for a few minutes before exiting the parking lot onto U.S. Route 287. U.S. Route 287 is a north-south United States highway. It's the second longest third-digit U.S. route highway behind U.S. 281. As of June 2023, police have not identified the driver and have also not definitively concluded whether or not the vehicle is related to Bevers' killing. Initially, it was awarded set at $10,000 for doubling to 20 and raising it to 50. As of 2021, there is a reward of $150,000 for information potentially helpful in capturing the suspect. Still tips. All right. Well, what was this camp of hers? That's okay. So I want to know the camp. Camp Gladiator, right? Give me a second, all right? So what was Missy's camp? I want to go off the deep ends here for a second and see what her camp is called. What was Missy Bevers' camp called? Camp Gladiator. So, Camp Gladiator. Okay. Images. Google Camp Gladiator and see what we have here. I want to see Missy. Okay, so she's running this camp here, Gladiator, that morning. Okay. This to be a spiritual and physical, workout here. In the parking lot. Always in the parking lot. Why is the person casing the places? They're looking to make sure this isn't taking place inside the parking lot, per usual. They see that there's nobody in the parking lot, per usual, so they're assuming that no one's going to show up. So that's why they go inside the church, and they're surprised by Missy pulling in, walking in. Okay, guys, that's why she's the only one killed. It's not because of a hit. This ain't a hit. It was a sloppy-ass murder, a violent murder. So it's Camp Gladiator. Now we're going to do Camp Gladiator. Missy Bevers. Right? Images. The reason I'm doing this is I want to see if there's like anybody that resembles the killer. Whoa. This can't be the husband, right? Kind of off. It's got an alibi. There's a picture here, but I don't see. Oh, it's Bevers. Okay. Okay, everyone. There's a picture here of apparently Missy is in this picture, and these are friends of hers. So I'm trying to get pictures of the camp. So this is Camp Gladiator. This is a post that she posted. Workout with the best Camp Gladiator. Lithuanian. She gives a number. And here's people. Could any one of these? Woman overweight. How many women overweight you see in this picture, everyone? A lot. Huh? What do you think? It's a white person, so you know it's a white person. These two are cut, but it's a white person, right? Sorry. Any one of these could be walking like that? Frog walk? How about you? She look like that? Too big. Really? Too big? White person? No? Okay, guys, you have some. Definitely would be on the cops list would be these people, you know, working out with her at the class. But apparently, they questioned them all. All right, nothing to tell us there. Well, there's a lot to tell us there because there's a lot of overweight white women, and this is what they're saying. This person might possibly. They can't assume who it is though by the git, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm looking for more photos of the class. That's a good photo of the class. It's good to see her Twitters. Is this Twitter still active? Doubt it. It's getting cool in there, or still hot? It's hot in here, right? It's cool in here. All right, you. Oh wow, there's people. I want to see more people in our life that match this suspect walk or true crime. People that are fascinated. But there is a spin class picture here of the class, or a spin class Camp Gladiator. I think my points here. My points here. The breaking the glass randomly with the random weapons. Okay, that is random. Not a clear mission. Okay, not a clear focus. This person is not focused. Opening random doors. By the doors, I don't think she knows the place. By the way she's opening shit up. Just by the behavior, to me, it's random. Meaning that she walked in, that this person did know a little bit maybe about the church area, about it being taking place in the parking lot usually. They cased the place out and realized it wasn't taking place, thought the coast was clear, went in to do their vandalism. And yeah, she walked in and it had turned into a murder. Where's the camera from inside? They say they have they held it. The murder, violent murder. That's interesting. Let's go to Reddit real quick before we end this stream. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream soon, but I want to go to Reddit. So Missy Bevers was killed 10 years ago today, basically, on Reddit here. Her murder remains unsolved. I have followed this from day one. It was so weird. This is reading from several Dash Assistant 51 3 months ago on Reddit. 3 months ago. So I have followed this one from day one. It is so weird. I feel like the police have to have a good idea who did it, but haven't been able to connect the dots with enough evidence. It had to be someone she knew. That's what makes the case so intriguing. We don't know if it's random or planned, male or female, really anything. We have video evidence of literally zero certainty. If I recall, they had video of the attack. They have not made it public for obvious reasons. I could be thinking of another case entirely. You're correct. Yeah, they know that she did in the hallway, and they could probably see that it came off as far as gear, guys, because this person wasn't stripped of their gear. There wasn't any, a reveal of identity of this person to the police, or they would have arrested him a long time ago, right? So during the struggle, you could say that, right, it was done in the manner where, you know, her helmet was stayed on perfectly, that Missy did not get away that far. It's so hard to kill this woman, probably with a hammer, with all that gear on. So violent. This person on Reddit, Peter Gibbons 5182, 24 days ago, just 24 days ago, says, how did they gain entry to the church? Left unlocked or break in? This person says broke the window, I think. That's easy. You break a window and you move in with the hammer. That's fine. Yeah, they're going to use the murder weapon. That's the murder weapon, right, guys? The perfect murder weapon is the hammer. So this person says, fine _retaliation 158 3 months ago on Reddit, says, how is this not solved? Rest in peace, Missy. This person, N2OC10H1CC8H10N4023 months ago on Reddit, says, I keep asking myself the same thing. No footage of the individual robbing at the church. No way to track where they actually came from, what street they used, what car they drove. How can it not be solved? Well, you know the car. They see the Nissan. Probably parked in and just walked. You're not seeing much if they're, you know? Look at what they're wearing. Rename Malik. Who's got the body? Rename Velova. Hi, rename Velova. Who's got the body? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Who's got the body? I don't know. It's probably buried at the cemetery. The cemetery has the body. The ground has the body. The fucking maggots have it, man. That's where we all go. So, but thank you for the question. This person, Pumpkin Spice, says, I wonder if it was just a mentally disturbed person or someone on drugs considering they're behaving erratically in their car too. J. Betty 5 said, agree, pre-planned. Seems like Missy was the target. Actually, really surprised that it has not been solved. That's where we have it wrong. See, everyone, that's where we have it wrong. So if you put Missy as the target and you say that this is behavior of a targeted hit, then that's where you're going to never solve the case. You know, got to get your mind out of the gutter on that side of it. Antique_leader 6878 says, honestly, the timing is what makes this feel planned rather than random in the murder of Missy's Bevers. She showed up early for a fitness class and the son was already inside the church before she got there. I explained why the person was inside the church before she got there. Just walking around in the tactical gear. I told you why the person's in the tactical gear and why they're walking around doing random shit with random so-called weapons. Those aren't weapons, those are tools. And they do refer to them as tools. They become a weapon when it's used as a murder weapon. That doesn't feel like someone acting on impulse. It feels like someone waiting. At that time of morning, basically no one is around, so either they knew she'd be there or they picked a very specific window when someone like that would be alone. Her routine wasn't hidden either, same place. No, it wasn't her same routine. It was off her routine, guys. See, I hate the lies, you know? Oh, routine for Missy to have her gladiator camp inside the church that early. No, it wasn't. It was her unusual because she had the weather fuck things up. So she had to move the spin class inside. So she showed up extra early, unusually early. Maybe they thought they'd be out of there by then. They weren't. Missy came in real early and surprised the shit out of them to a violent encounter in the hallway that ended in murder. So that's easy. See, this person's like forced into this. It's like, I think about this case often. So wow, they haven't solved Missy's murder, even though the killer's on video. Well, it is solved to me. You know, I just told you why, how, why a hammer? You bring that as a murder weapon? No, you don't. You don't bring a hammer as a murder weapon. It's used as a murder weapon when it has to be used as a weapon. It's not a weapon. It's a tool. So this person brought tools. Yeah, and the outfit was to scare anyone off or cover up from the cameras and scare people off. Police thinking it was all good if she ever got caught or something. Maybe she thought Missy would just take it. and believe it. She didn't. There was an encounter, and it ended up violent. And they crossed paths. So it wasn't a pre-planned hit. And it wasn't waiting in a secret room or, you know, with a wire like Michael Corleone says hello. No, there wasn't a whack like that. It wasn't a whack. It wasn't a professional hit or a whack. This person was lazy. This person was not out for murder, but they didn't. They had to murder this woman because they walked in on him, you know, breaking up a church. What's wrong with you? They used a hammer for a fucking weapon when they had to. They didn't bring it to kill her. Who brings a hammer for a hit? And who's on camera and doing all this shit for if there's such a good hitman? It's such a improvised. It's such a planned out hit. It's improvised. This person was casing the place to see if anyone was in the parking lot doing their class. They saw no one was. They figured, well, they're not doing the class today. This morning, they walked in. They had a religious beef. They wanted to vandalize the church. They put their shit on. They walked in and started vandalizing the church, walking around, breaking shit. And then all of a sudden, Missy walks down the hallway, and they encounter. There's the encounter, and it's deadly for Missy. It's easy as that. Case solved. And it's like, now who is it? Well, I just told you who it is, kind of. You know, like who I think it would be. We need to look at that spin class. You know, somebody knew Missy. That's where we're getting confused. You know, like, oh yeah, it's about Missy. It's about Missy. It's about Missy. It's not. It was random. This person probably didn't fucking know her. He might have known of her. You know, but his intention wasn't to murder Missy Bevers. But he did. But she did. Whatever. It happened. Wrong place, wrong time for Missy. So this person, Malou1, says, I have no idea what happened really. This is from Reddit. This 3 months ago about the case. But recently I was listening to the latest season of Serial podcast where they are talking to a guy who tried to hire a hitman to kill his ex-wife. And what stuck out to me was the evidence that him has to be out of state. When the hit happened, he used a credit card there. There was proof of his alibi. It just reminded me of this case where I believe both husband and father were out of state when the murder happened, which always seemed like a weird coincidence, and now it just seems even weirder. But I don't know. Coincidences do happen, I guess. These cases where there's footage, yeah, I guess, blah, blah, this person. I remember one guy who had his brother use his credit card out of state. Okay. So the thing is, you're looking at Missy as the target. Hey, Jonathan Tate. Hi, Jonathan. Jonathan Tate says, I have a mod. How did that happen? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have no clue. But that's cool. Not a problem. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? Not sure. Do you want to keep the mod? Or should I take it? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I took it. I just took it, Jonathan. I don't know who you are, then fine. Hi, nice to meet you, though. Yeah, I'll take it, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Right, YouTube, right? I'm demonetized on here anyways. But thank you, Jonathan. How are you, Jonathan Tate? You know about this case. What are you thinking about the case? Missy Bevers. Or Bevers. What do you know, however you pronounce it. Damn, huh? Yeah, demonetized for 4 years, man. Over 100,000 views on videos. Not a dime to me because of that. So I'm trying on here grinding on live every single day. Talking about anything and everything. Good looking girl behind you. Yes, yes. Missy Bevers was murdered in her church one morning by a random person in full SWAT tactical gear, apparently. And never caught. So we're looking at the surveillance footage of this person walk around and speak about the case. And I have my theories, so to speak, but I think I have, of course, I'm satisfied with the, this person is the murderer. That is for sure. And there is surveillance of the encounter, apparently. They encounter each other, they cross paths in the hallway. And, you know, it was a fucking mess, apparently. You know, a battle ensued between this person who is very overweight, very bigger than Missy. You see the thumbnail, right? You saw how, you know, Missy was very fit. So this has to be a very prolonged, a little bit of a fight. You know, Missy's not coming down. Yeah, Jonathan Tate says, good looking girl behind you. Yep, Jonathan Tate says, oh crap. Yeah, that's what I'm here doing, Jonathan. Showing the surveillance footage, the person's trying to get into the door. Doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't have any clue how to pick a lock or You know, trying to hit it with the hammer and a crowbar. Like, what could possibly be in there? Valuables weren't stolen. Missy's valuables weren't stolen. This person's intention is not robbery. It's boredom. Vandalism. Doesn't strike me as someone that's waiting around to murder, okay, guys? The police know. They just don't know who the person is. They know the motive, they just don't know who the person is, okay? They don't know who this person is. That's what they're trying to figure out. Give me a second. That was weird. See, this person doesn't know this place. When you think they do. It's like a man. Man could kill her. Woman can't kill her. Yeah, if it's a woman, they're getting away. It's a fucking man. Damn, that is a girly walking man. It's a man. It's not a girl. Only way to do it was done in that hallway. It's a man. All right, it's a man, everyone. I don't think it's a woman. I think it's a man because we're looking at the wrong suspects, you know? And we call it female. You're looking at the females. You ain't looking at the males. It's a man. I'm going to tell you why it's a man. We're going to keep going over the footage. So, and I'm going to just keep playing it. That's my mouse clicking. Look, let me just move. It's a man. Sorry, guys, it's a man. It's not a woman. I want to say a man. Only powerful enough to kill Missy would be a man. She's so fit. It's a violent struggle in the hallway. Murder. Yep. Take a look. Yeah. Well done. Like a man. Goes into here like a second. Strikes me as a man. I thought it was a woman, but these movements really, when you. And then how Missy was killed, probably. Very, very man-like. But we're going over it. What's that in your hand? It's just beating the west side of the wall with the hammer and sheetrock's falling. Like just like randomly beating. I wonder what's there. Like just beating a random wall. What's there? A picture of Jesus? Was there any like religious pictures broken or vandalized? Possibly in that hallway, right? I wonder what's in that hallway. One second. This is a good footage here. We're having this person walk down this straightaway. They're pulverizing the wall. I wonder what was on that wall, guys. Was it a religious photo? It seems like vandalism is the... It's a man. It's a man. It's not a woman. It's because you gotta get it right, because then you gotta look at your suspects. It's a man. It's a man. Damn. So that's what throws us off, but you have to convince yourself it's a man. There's no fucking way it's a woman, right? You can't kill that Missy Bevers. You see that? Wait. Oh, there's. You see that? Touching the wall. You see that? They said the person's holding the wall to balance themselves. Did you see that though? I don't think this person is actually touching the wall. Like. Stop. Like. It doesn't really look for balance. Like, you know? Kind of just, see how the hand's turning? So just kind of like touching the wall. Why did they set for fingerprint? Touching the wall. All right, there it is. So hold on. Run it back. Guys, look. No gloves. Right? No gloves. Is this person wearing gloves? They just touched that wall. They just ran their whole fingerprints over that wall. And are they wearing gloves? You know, and they're touching everything. Where's the fingerprints? I guess they're wearing gloves, guys. I guess yep, that's a bare hand. That's a bare hand on that door. Where's touching walls, touching no fingerprints, huh? Wiping all these doors down they did? They were so planned out, this murder? That looks like no glove. Naked hand, but they got no fingerprints. Come on, y'all. The fuck is that? This person has no gloves. And they're touching the walls. They're touching. This person is playing around, vandalizing this place, thinking no one is gonna show up. It's a man. It's a man. And there's gloves. Okay, they have gloves. Okay, so they have gloves. Real viewers, not correct, right? Yeah, they're smart. They got gloves. Very good. Good for you. No, he's not have gloves. You're putting on gloves? What's up?
What's up?
Nothing.
Demonetized.
So look.
Demonetized.
Yeah. So look, they're putting on. Wait, there's something happening here. I just don't know what to make of it. But there's no gloves. It looks like they're putting on gloves. There's no gloves. They're touching everything. Where's the fingerprints? What's up? Chilling, streaming.
No, that's what it is.
Oh, there is gloves. Okay. All right, very good. Don't worry about it. There's no fingerprints. Right? They just put the gloves on? Looks like she put the gloves on or something. What is going on in this footage here? It's like you're putting the gloves on. Did she forget the gloves? Give me a second. No, she has the gloves on. She's messing with the gloves, tightening the gloves. Did she put the gloves on? Just put the gloves on or something. Give me a second on this footage. Come on, you bastard. No gloves. Puts the thing away. There's something happening with the gloves. Yeah, see? What the fuck? Okay. I'm pissed off because there should be like the gloves, like look at that person touching the wall, like just chilling. You know how you walk by something and touch it, like you're just taking your sweet time, learning the place. I'm gonna try to see if they have gloves on now. Oh, it does. Okay. It's a hammer. Trying to break in. All right. Hard to believe nothing was left behind, you know? Especially in that attack. DNA, glove. I mean, OJ left some shit behind. This is not your hitman. But it looks to be a man to me. No woman would do all this. Okay? So that's it. You know, it's a man. They wouldn't, no woman would be. Yep. Sorry, it's a man. A violent encounter ensues. Okay, listen to this person, guys, on Reddit 3 months ago. Here we go. Francisco Premier says, I used to be team targeted, premeditated, but I've changed my mind. Okay, now we're talking. Listen, some years ago, I read a Reddit thread about this case in which a woman reported that she believed that her cousin had killed Missy. He died about a month after Missy was killed. I can't recall the full details at the top of my head, but I believe that he lived nearby. Had a history of difficulties as well as interest in guns and police gear. The poster said she had reported the information to the police very soon afterwards. She had no knowledge whether police had anything to do with the information. 105 likes. Sounds about right, guys. A random murder. And probably they won't get him, right? Because maybe he is already dead. Maybe justice was already served, so to speak. But no. You know, like I said, I think it's a guy, a man. I think it was random. He was there with a beef with God. It was a church. And he was there to vandalize. And he ended up murdering her because she caught him. She walked in on him. And that's how it went down, guys. Now, you know, it wasn't an affair. There's no evidence. Everybody has alibis that know her. She had no known enemies. She had no beefs. She didn't cheat with no one. She wasn't a cheater. She had no money to be set up and killed for. So that's it. This person was a man. He's in there. He's got a beef with God. He's got a beef with the church. He's got a beef. He's going to vandalize it and walk around and take his time until Missy walks in 45 minutes later, happens to walk in. And she has to be killed. He chases her down. He kills her. There's a violent struggle. He's a man. She's a woman. So he's going to win because he's got a hammer. He doesn't have a knife. He doesn't have a gun. It's not a targeted hit because he already would have had a good weapon to finish the job quickly and efficiently if you're going to target the hit. You got police gear on. You don't have a gun, a shotgun, a weapon, a pistol, a knife. You got police gear on? No. So that's why it's unplanned. The vandalism's planned, not the murder. Hence the murder weapon is the hammer. Hence the murder weapon's left and not taken. They weren't proud of this. You know, they weren't planning it. They killed her and got out. Made sure she was dead and left. They thought they could get away with the vandalism because of the camera. You know, they knew there'd be cameras possibly, whatever. They were just masked up heavily. But she ruined it all. She was at the wrong place at the wrong time that morning. It was not her routine to show up that early. Don't let the internet fool you with saying that this is Missy's routine, guys, to show up. So somebody knew her routine. No, that's why it happened. Because this was non-routine of her to show up this early and have it inside. That's why she died. Yeah, simple explanation, but then again, holy shit, right? Because it's wrong place, wrong time, and it happens all the time. And even the Bible, testifies to that happening to people, good or bad. You were at the wrong place. Remember, a viewer walks outside, wrong place, wrong time, something falls in my head. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person, everyone. Just means I happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And so was Missy Bevers. And that's it. And whether that story is true or not, it doesn't matter to me, because the truth is, the mission was not murder. The mission was vandalism against God and the beef with the church. And then Missy walked in and was going to ruin everything this person planned with the whole outfit. They were going to get busted because of damn Missy running out, calling the police. She's very fit, this Missy. She just run out. Why didn't she run out? Because there was an encounter. They have it on tape. They have the murder on tape, apparently. They have the encounter on tape. They ran into each other. They were surprised. And then there's the fight. And murder ensues. And it has to be a man, not a woman, to kill her. That's what I'm saying. The movements are a man. It's a man. He kills her. She's fit. She's too fit. An overweight woman is going to get stomped out with a hammer. No chance. I'd rather go against Thor and Goliath or whatever, Cyclops with a hammer over me. Like Ted Bundy with a hammer, guys. Jeffrey Dahmer with a hammer rather than a knife or a gun. Let's go. I'll take my chances. You get one swing, motherfucker, and I guarantee I'm on it. I'm on it like Sonic. No damn way you're getting another swing. I'm getting the second swing. That's bullshit. So it's a fight to the death. And it's bloody. It's messy. We don't need to see the crime scene photos. There's handprints on the wall. She's running. How could she not run? It's a man chasing her down. That's why she ain't running. It's brutal. They say it's violent encounter. A violent encounter ensued. Probably telling her, hey, wait a second. And she just, and he grabs her and starts. The hammer becomes the murder weapon then. Right? He didn't bring it as the murder weapon. He brought it as the vandalizing tool. It was brought as tools to vandalize. And then it became a weapon used for murder. And he left it there because he didn't plan it. He didn't want to take it. He wasn't proud of it. He didn't plan the murder. He planned the vandalism of God's church. And God, curse God. But she just showed up. This is not her routine, everybody. She wrote extra early. They usually have it in the parking lot. They moved it inside. A rarity on that morning. Wrong place, wrong time. She should have waited an extra hour. The man would have left. He would have done his vandalism and bit out. He looked like he was getting bored and gonna leave. Probably ran into him then. Horrible timing for this woman. Don't say anything God had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Hell, he didn't. It's too bad. You go into, that's why the cops, everyone, first of all, that's why the cops, they have a lot more, but they can't fully connect, because what they can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt with evidence is that this was random, and they can't prove that it wasn't either. So that's where they're stuck. All right? What you have to find out, all right, is who is this person under the mask, right? Under the gear. Like, who is it? All right, that the walk is telling, right? It's a male, right? They're saying that walk is temporary because of the gear, the heavy gear that this person's wearing and thudding around with. Well, listen, everyone, I put on heavy gear. Have you put on some stuff? Yeah, you're going to walk different. You're going to walk slower. You will walk slower. But are you going to have that, gimpy, limpy, I'm going to the kitchen for a late night snack kind of walk? Looks like a reject from Camp Gladiator. If you ask the real reviewer. But if you want to say that's a motive for murder. Is it? To be rejected by her in Camp Gladiator, guys? I doubt it. So, you have nothing with motive. No motive, guys. No motive. The motive is wrong place, wrong time. The motive is to silence her. It's out of necessity. She's at the wrong place at the wrong time. And this is not her usual schedule. All right? She usually shows up later. and not inside. This does not happen inside this workout. It happens in the parking lot. That's why he was casing it, to making sure no one was in the parking lot doing the workout that morning. And the person saw there wasn't. So they said, oh, I can go vandalize this church. Fuck God. And he went in there and did his thing, strolled around, take the time, probably about to leave. You can see the person's way out of breath, this individual. And then guess who comes strolling in 45 minutes later after this vandalism started? Poor Missy Bevers. And there's an encounter on camera, on security footage, that ends up being fatal. And it's a violent encounter. Did he drive a Nissan Altima? Well, possibly, yeah. So this Blackbird G 3 months ago on Reddit says, so you're implying that this person was mentally ill? If that's the case, a mentally ill person breaking into a church and killing a woman that he presumably never met before could imply wrong place at the wrong time. Got it. That's it. Simple as that. Something that the person would probably admit on their deathbed or is already dead. Upbeat clock 3418. All my law enforcement coworkers think this murder was targeted. All of them. Well, that's a problem if all of them thinking it, don't you think, dude? There should be one person that doesn't, but there isn't. Upbeat clock 3418 says again, her sister-in-law spoke about this. It was not her cousin. Oh, yeah, sure. Look at this person. Length no 8071 says, I can see it being something like this. A person who was fascinated by murder and figured if they went to this location early, they could lie in wait for someone vulnerable before anyone else was around. I could also see it being targeted. Brandon or family had nothing to do with her murder. Geez, I hope AI learning. There's reeks of the husband, blah, blah, blah. It was targeted attack, and the killer was female. I'm surprised you're not found a female suspect because there is not a female. You're looking for a ghost if you're looking for a female. So you're chasing your tail. It's a male. So OK Replacement 7200 on Reddit 4 days ago on this case says, people seem to believe the killer was dressed in police gear to gain Missy's trust and to come close enough to be attacked. She was very healthy and strong. Correct. The killer physical health appears fragile and sickly. Correct. No way they could outrun Missy. Right. So suspect arrives in police gear. Correct. So when Missy comes into the church, she wouldn't sense danger. Correct. And she speaks to this person and run when she's a person in street clothes wandering the building. Correct. It's scary, though, to see this one in full police gear, but they have the surveillance. So there was an interaction that ended in murder. Okay? So there was like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, you know, police on the back of the shirt. With that being said, it probably played out something like this. Missy arrives, comes into contact with the quote-unquote police. The quote-unquote police claims that the silent alarm was triggered on for a possible burglary. They asked her to show proper identification and they'll be out of her hair. Once Missy was in closer proximity and with her guard down, they attacked and subdued her quickly and effectively. Correct. Something like that. You have to get close. Very out of shape, like this person's saying. Very well done on Reddit. It's the last comment, and it only has 2 likes. Unfortunate. Not correct to the T, but correct on some of these things, for sure. You run. Even seeing this person in full SWAT gear in the middle of the morning like that is scary, you know? But this person did something to where there's surveillance. So Missy was comfortable enough, like this person's saying, to go with the police. That's why they wear it. Not for Missy specifically, but for anyone that walks in could see the police on the back, and they could convince them that they are police and that they need to see some ID, and then get them distracted and then hit them with the possible hammer. But that's all premeditated, see? So,
Hey, Daddy.
yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Could I please take a bathroom quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, something like that. There's holes in the theory here, you know, because there's holes. Because it's kind of like what I'm saying, but not fully there, you know. So Reddit is very good. It's very cool. It's fun, very fun, very informative. Reddit, guys. I mean, it's not. You have to watch out though because there's a bunch of bullshit. Missy Bevers on Reddit. Trying to get the SUVs footage, they could have filed a PIA request. Has anyone tried this? So these people are going really fucking hard here. You know, on some shit. The murder of Missy Bevers. So I'm trying to look for more. There's the wiki, but unbelievable. A decade after, and there's no answers because you have to find who this is, you know, and how do you do that? You know, that's the most important part of this whole case. All right, is finding out who this motherfucker is in that body gear. And it's like, well, first of all, it's a man. You can't say it's a woman. You know, what's the percentage of being a woman and doing all that? You know how fucking low that is? Do you? Do you? Yeah, it's not right, everyone. It makes no fucking sense. No sense. And I like to make sense. I really do. I love to make sense. But no, a woman's not doing all this. The cops know it ain't no woman. Ain't no woman in the kitchen. Ain't no fry on the grill. Ain't no woman in the kitchen. Right? No? Oh, hey, AK. Brother, don't say bad words. I'm only 13 years old. Well, you shouldn't be here. It's not for kids, AK. I have children, too, in the next room. But guess what? I raised them in life, so they're going to listen to my mouth and how I speak. But you, sir, AK, need to leave then. This is not for children. It is on the stream. I specifically state it is not for kids. But thank you, AK. Take care. Have a good night. And unfortunately, I'm in America. And in America, there is no law against cursing in front of anyone, let alone on YouTube. So fuck YouTube, bro. You feel me? And this person that murdered poor old Missy for being in the wrong place at the wrong damn time. Wow, 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 wow. So we looked at the security footage, okay? That was there. That's good stuff, yes? What about anything else, remember? Is there anything else that you can show us? I really like this picture of the crew from Camp Gladiator. All right? Thank you, AK. I appreciate you, though. I hope you're well. I hope you're well, AK. Thank you. Work out with the best Camp Gladiator. Wait, there's another photo. Oh, crap. What's this? All women, you know, so someone with a beef got to be in this class. If it's one of the murderers, that person in the gears, you know, no, it's not, because this person walking around doesn't know the place. They're vandalizing it. You know, they might have been there for a service. I don't know. They might have been there for one service. Sure, and pick the window they wanted to break into. You know, I'll give you that. But no, this doesn't strike me as a hitman, as someone that knew the place, as someone that wanted specifically to kill Missy. It's got the wrong Missy. You got the wrong Missy, mister. And that's what happened. It was the wrong Missy. David Spade style, guys. It was the wrong Missy. Okay? The wrong damn Missy. I think we solved it. I mean, not solved it, but because like, who is it, right? I still, that's what bothers me the most is who is it, you know? And that's what I told you. It's a random person in the area. What is this area? So hold on a second, okay? So Nadoline thing. What is this fucking place, everyone? We're gonna go ahead and name it. I want to see this town. Nado. Give me a moment. Come here, Madalena theme. Madalena theme. Madalena theme. Meditation. Oh, guys, I can't spell this damn town. Madalena theme. Nope. What the? Sorry, everyone. I need to look for this. Texas. Okay. Thank you, Texas. Yes. I got the iMac 2009, everyone. Excuse me. It takes a while to click things, okay? So hang with your boy, the Real Ram Reviewer, while he looks at this small town where Missy Bevers apparently was located. Maybe go Google Earth on this beast. Missy, yeah, Bevers town. What town does she freaking live in, please? Give me the town. All right, Creekside Church. Okay, everyone, check out the church. Let's take a look. Come here to me. Okay, I'm not sure what I just did there. Ah, yes. Okay, so Middleline, Texas, or whatever, is a northwest Ellis County, Texas, United States. Okay. Oh, Sugar Cookie Street. Hey, hi. Just listening, and I may fall back to sleep because you know I'm on drug surgery and well. Hope you're having a good night. Oh, thank you, Sugar. I'm so good to hear from you. Sugar Cookie Street, everybody just had surgery. Please wish her well. She's recovering at the hospital right now. Supporter of the channel, friend of the channel. Thank you, Sugar Cookie Street, for coming and saying hi. Yes, love, love, love. Oh, it's all day. Wow, I love it. I love you guys, man. Real Reviewer fans and supporters, I love you all. You're so great, so kind and generous and knowledgeable. I love you all. Thank you, Sugar Cookie 3. I appreciate you. Like I said, I hope everything goes well. When you're back and ready, come back in here. I did the Anne Hayes stream for you, Sugar Cookie 3. I shout you out in that. You gave me the idea last night, remember? So I'm glad surgery went well. Thanks for the 6 likes as well, everybody. And thank you all for coming in. Yeah, thank you, Sugar. I did it the Anne Hayes. It went very well. Yeah, it went very well. I did it right during the day. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do one at night. I'm going to shoot it during the day. And I'm glad I did. I got a lot of views, a lot of interest. So I really appreciate it. Sugar Creek Street, great suggestion. So thank you. So watch it if you get a chance, you know, when you heal up. I think you'll like it. But I missed you there. I missed you. Thank you. Sugar Creek Street, everybody. Coming in to say hi. She said, oh, cool. All right. No, you're cool. You guys are cool, man. You guys are cool. Trust me. You want to hang with me? It would be cool, man. It's going to be cool. You have a blast. Sugar Cookie Street says, you know I'll watch it. All right. Don't miss it. It's one of a kind, right? You might hear something you like or you don't like. And you want to be like, hey, Real Reviewer, you brought something up. I want to talk about it. So leave me a comment. I would love to talk back. So thank you, Sugar Cookie Street. I was wondering if you were okay where you were. So thank you, even in the hospital. God, woo! Wow, that is dedication. All the best to you. You know, told you my thoughts. I'm glad everything is well. The reconstruction, you know, everything is good. We are doing it. We are reconstructing myself here every day. So thank you. Sugar Cookie Street, everybody. Like I said, wish you well. Keep everybody in your thoughts that need it, everybody. We need to think about other people. They really deserve it, you know? Maybe some people don't have people to think about them, okay? We're doing a lot by that, so just do a service. By Missy, too, as well. Look at this. Had a family, had children, guys. This is a real person. You know, it's a real person that was murdered senselessly and needlessly by some random person with a grudge against God and vandalism of churches, you know? Definitely looked like it was first and last time doing this. I'll tell you that. Would not say they did it before. So Madeline is in Ellis County, Texas. I'm gonna look at where she lives. So there's only like 35,000 people? Wait a second, everyone. I'm having a hard time with this. I want to see the church on Google Earth. Maybe we'll get a look at that and we'll take a look together, guys. But why is there only 35,000 people as of 2020 in this town? And I'd round up every single fucking person, every 30,000 person, I would line the fuck up. DNA, fingerprints, keep it in a fucking database and run it. What do you think? Keep the shit on file. Come on, guys, 35,000 people?
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, hold on. What's up?
You should ask Georgia.
You come
You always
first.
have to knock there and tell me when you want to look on the screen.
I love you, son. Yeah, no, everybody, he comes first. And I'm not sorry about that. That's just why I'm doing this, is for these kids. 35,000. What does 35... Okay, what does 35,000 people look like? You know, like, what does 35,000 people in one place look like? visualizing crowd sizes. About 1,400 people. No, I want 30,000 people. So Google says, AI says, Google says a crowd of 30,000 people looks like a full, medium-sized outdoor sports stadium or a heavily packed college football grandstand, a massive sea of heads filling. You can't put them in a fucking stadium? Oh my God, soccer stadiums hold more people than this town. 35,000 people, everyone. I've seen more at a WWE WrestleMania match. What the fuck is this? Yo, I could probably look up every fucking person in this town by name on the CNS. I'm done. I need to be a fucking cop, man. I know I should have been a cop. They said I should have been an actor, lawyer, guidance counselor, a motivational speaker, or a fucking cop. Well, you know, 35,000 people you could shove in a stadium and just take some DNA and think, but that's not allowed. You know, in America, you got rights. But listen, there's a CNS, there's people, right, that are listed in this town here. It's very small. So we're able to traverse it fairly easily. Here's the CNS. Ah. In 2016, there was only 18,000, 20,000 people there, guys, even less than there is today. So, even less suspects to chase down. Especially ones that go to a doctor in that town for a limp, for overweight, for that's what they have. They have the sleep apnea. This person has sleep apnea. You don't tell me that person has have sleep apnea in the footage, in the security footage, everyone? Where's the doc? We're not tracing down and locking down these doctors of a male. It's a male. Start with a male. Start with the males. You don't go female. You got to start. Everything we zero here, we're going to start with a male. I said you're chasing ghosts and you're chasing your tail if you go with female. To do all this, a female's not doing it unless, there's a personal affair grudge where she's sleeping with his husband or something like that. They ain't doing all that. It's not even happening. So that's the only reason a woman would go that far, and they ain't doing all that. Victoria Blake, hey, she says, my frog has sleep apnea. His blowhole gets plugged when he's about to hit REM. Damn. And I don't think you mean the band. Thank you, Victoria. There are 11,000 households in Medellin, of which 45% had children under the age of 18. Of all households, 67% were married couple households. 10% were households with the male householder and no spouse or partner present. And 17% were households with the female householder and no spouse or partner present. About 14.4% of all households were made up of individuals, and 6.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. There were 11,978 housing units, of which 3.4% were vacant. The homeowner vacancy was rated as 0.9%. The rental vacancy rate was 6.2%. White. The majority of this population is white. 25,800. That person in the video is white. So right there, you're cracking down. So here, look. Guys, we're cracking down the suspect list, right? So the person in the video is a white person, all right? White male. Okay, so we're starting with the white male, your usual suspect, right? White male, and there's only 25,000 white people in this town at the, we're giving them that at that time. 25,810 white people. 73% of this town out of 35,000 people, 25,000 of them, the majority of them are white. So your suspect list is high, right? Because you got black, you got an Indian, you got Asian, you got Hispanic, low numbers in that town. 25,000, majority's white, all right? 73% of the town. So it does cut your suspect list fairly significantly, a little bit, like by 10,000 or so, But it would have been nice if the person was, of course, a little more different. But there's no difference here. It's just your usual suspect, honestly, a white male, mad at God, looking to vandalize. Did he lose his job recently? What's the deal with this person's beef with God? So white male, 25,810 people. Okay? So the top employers, according to where this place is Target and Guradu. Gurad, I never heard of it, is the largest producer of long steel in the Americas and the 33rd largest steel maker worldwide, approximately 13 million tons of production in 2023. Okay, interesting. So they make steel here in this place, and Target, the store, is where most people work. Okay. Wow, they actually count everybody's, like, you can count who's employed and shit. This is crazy. This town's so small. Why is this town so small? We can't solve this case, and we can't just find this person on Google Earth. Why can't we find this person on Google Earth? So, okay. Does he work for, let's say, Gurdu? What is that place? Education, hold on. So these people are not educated that highly, I'm sure, because that person walking was something wrong. Not the smartest tool in the shed. Literally taking a hammer. This person worked with hammer, took tools. Did you see that? This person took tools. So they're not working at Target. Martin Marita Materials. What is that? Is that a tool place, bro? They brought tools, guys. A hammer. What did they bring? They bring a hammer. Give me a second, because there's a hammer and something else. Just trying to look for the murder weapon was the hammer, they think, but there was something, it was tools. Tools were brought. So what did this person work at? Martin Marita Materials is an American company supplier of aggregates and heavy building materials with operations spanning 26 states. Okay. Martin Marita Materials. We're clicking that. There's only a couple people that work there. Strange. This town is small, 35,000 people, 25,000 are white. So you're gonna cut your suspect list by 10,000, because the person in the security camera is white and a male. We're gonna do male, white male, usual suspect. He brings tools like a hammer. He's into tools. He's vandalized. He's into tools though, so he has tools. Where does he work? There's only a couple jobs you can work at in this town, guys. One of them is Target. No. The others are Gurdu, which is the largest producer of long steel. And then there's Martin Marita Materials. So which place is he working at? What's his beef with God, you know? What's his beef with God? This person has a beef with God. Hey, Jonathan Tate, how are you? Hey, everyone. We're good. How are you doing, Jonathan?
Hello.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Can I have some Coke? Cookies?
No.
Okay.
Oh, cookies? Yes.
My bad. Thank you.
The Cookie Monster saying. So, oh yes, good to hear it, Jonathan. We're talking about Missy Bevers, however you want to say it. Say it either which way. But she's dead. She died in 2016 in her church, murdered. An apparent. That's what we're trying to figure out what the motive was, but I haven't figured out. You run back the stream more. We're 128 minutes in, 25% charge on the phone. We'll have to cut the stream soon enough and do another one. But yeah, Jonathan, thanks for joining, Jonathan Tate. Appreciate you. But we're looking in the town, Jonathan. It's a small town in this town, Jonathan. Jonathan Edwards says, you keep your kid in the basement. Lots of laughs. Nah, I'm joking. No, sir. No, sir. That was funny. All jokes. No, you're good, Jonathan. No, it's not that easy, unfortunately. I love my children. I keep them first and foremost, Jonathan. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know? Trying to be happy and make a good living for them. Doing something fun. I want to involve them more. They are involved. I do videos. Check it out. They're on my channel, brother. My son finds sprites and Fortnite, and he wants me to post them on my channel because they're rare and stuff. So He wants to get me. He wants to get daddy to get views. He wants daddy to get donations. He wants daddy to be a YouTuber because he knows I can do it. Hi, Jonathan. Yes. Hey, Sugar Cook. Yes. There you go. I love it. Yeah, we're all in the chat, just hanging out, talking all kinds of things. You know, don't have to. You know, I don't mind talking life, but man, you know, we're on this life thing, right? We're trying to put these events to life, and we're trying to bring life back to them and actually tell really things I'm trying to tell that I thought about that really, yeah, I don't think have been, you know, I'm trying to bring out the theory, I guess, and to see if it's agreed upon, you know? What is the theory here? So Jonathan Tate says, you better make me some cookies now. Well, they better have sugar in them. I bet you they do. As long as they have sugar, I'm sure they're going to be tasty. Very, very good. I love me some sugar cookies. It does. I just gave my son some cookies. So, Martin and Marita Materials. But we're looking at the town here, only 35,000 people in this town. Okay? This person brought tools, hammer, and something else. I wonder what that other thing was. I'm trying to see what the other thing was. Kind of throws me off, but you know, guys, I'm not a cop, so I don't have the 25,000 list of people. Thanks for the like. I appreciate the 7 likes. Thank you guys tonight. I appreciate the 7 likes. Really do. And the time. Sugar Cookies 3, thank you. All you're going through for coming in. Jonathan Tate, thank you too for coming in and brightening up the chat. I really appreciate everyone. Victoria Blake, AK, everyone. Renew Name Lova, everybody. Thank you all. I want to be able to interact with everyone on a dime. So yeah, there you have it. The 2009 Cenas for this city. Very small. So what we're going to do real quick is go to Google Earth. To the, I want to go to the church. All right. I want to see the church. All right, guys, the Creekside Church of Christ in Midlothian. So we're gonna check the church out. Gotta check this church out, guys. What's happening here with this church? Wow. Directions, Creekside Church. Directions, we're going in. Bring you to my location. Here we go. Wow, man, to be inside this church, like not just in the surveillance footage, but maybe possibly going like street level is just fucking creepy too, man. Oh my God. Guys, so just get on your Google. Look how big the church is, first off. Will you show, Sugar said, will you show us the church, please? Yes, definitely. I have to show you this. This is pretty incredible. So, Sugar said, oh yeah, oh thanks, you just shared it. No, you got it, you're on it. Thank you, Sugar, you're fine. Anything you need, I'm on it. I appreciate it, because I do want to know, you know, what you want to see, you know, I do want to know. So thank you. But what is happening here? So, this is the top-down aerial view. How can I get down to the ground? I'm gonna go street level, I think. Browse street view images. So we can go lower, but this is aerial. It's not bad, the aerial. Did you see how big this parking lot is? Right? Pretty huge. Plenty of places for entry. Let's try to go down to the street. Browse street images. I'm gonna go down further. Okay, no, I do want, sorry, hold on a second. I'm trying to get down to the ground. Oh boy, hold on a second. I'm gonna go down to the ground. Oh boy, you're gonna learn this thing. So, street view, please. terrain, biking, traffic, measure, street view. We're going down. Downtown. Come on, give it to me. Street view, please. For some reason, it won't let me get the street view. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Street view, baby. Let me do it. Alright, I'm just having trouble getting down to the street. Like getting it to lean on me. Like, you know, like fly up. Photosphere, photo path, images. That is a street view, but it's not giving me the town top side view. But we are close in. Hold on, I'm trying to get down to the street. I just still can't get down to the street. Isn't that weird? I can't get down the street. Like usually I just click on like a street and it'll just put me down there, but it's not doing it. Satellite street view. All right, well, if for some reason I can't get down to the damn street, I want to get down to the street. Yeah, well, I wanted to get down more, but I can't get down. That's disappointing. But Sugar Cookies 3 says, Google has been like that lately. I was looking for a local toy shop entrance for a gift recently, and it wouldn't just show the street view. It's so annoying because I just wanted to see if I had been there before. Oh, thank you. I was going crazy here, Sugar Cookie 3. Thank you so much. Yeah, that makes sense then, because I'm like, what is going on here? My phone will do it, I think, right? But this is so... yeah, not cool. So I'm just zoom in then with the aerial. For some reason, it won't let me go in, down the street. But one of these windows were probably the way of entry. She's coming in from the front, right? Why would she not come in from the usual, right? Where does she usually come in from? So probably here. The daycare center here. Okay. So here's the church. There's a daycare center thing. Okay. What else do we have here? North Quang Creek. We're zooming out a little more. Check our surroundings. What's that? Car. Dumpster. Good place to park, I want to do a 360 probably, but good place to park. See where it is in conjunction to the church. Not too far of a walk. But that person was overweight, so you don't want to go too far. So probably parking right here, out of the way. Park that Nissan here. I wonder if they have nothing on it. They don't have surveillance. The outside, but yeah, we just walk, to the church. But where else? Where does this road lead to? What's this? It's like a dirt road that leads to nothing. Alright. Pretty secluded. Very, very secluded. Off a highway, it looks like. Look at this highway here. Firefly Gardens. A Little Giants. Atlet Giants. Look at this shit off the screen. Yeah, come off the screen. Anyway. Whataburger. It interests me. Pod 953 says, I'm back. What's happening? Hey, Pod, we're going over the church here for Missy Bevers. She was killed on April 18th of 2016 in her church here, this building, by a random person that was wearing full SWAT police tactical gear. And she was murdered. And they don't have a suspect in a town with 35,000 people. They can't find the murderer for 10 years. So, Pod 9538, the woman killed her. Yeah, well, I was thinking about that, about this movement, okay, about this individual. We're looking at the camp. We were studying the whole surveillance footage, right, of the movements. This picture is very telling. It looks like a man. So I thought it was a woman too, and you know why? Because of all the suspicion, all the preconceived information, when watching this surveillance, and then putting it to my head in advance and not being honest, about what I'm looking at. So this picture here, this still would really tell you that is a man. The walk, okay? Yeah, but you're taking one thing into account, Pod. You're not taking it all, the whole picture. So you're taking in the git or whatever that the cops were focused on. All right, but they can't. The experts say you can't determine if it's male or female by a git or whatever. But look at that. Look at the physique, the stance, And who's gonna kill Missy? An overweight woman who could barely, outchase. Look at Missy. Look how fit. Missy's an instructor. She's not going down without a fight. And it was a violent struggle in that hallway. Obviously, it was life or death. Okay, so no, a woman that's overweight and walking like you're saying is not going to be killing Missy. She'll be killing them with a hammer. No, my friend, not with the hammer. A woman is not going to kill another woman with a hammer, let alone overweight woman versus this woman. It's going to be one fucking hell of a fight. And I put my money on this chick. Pod 950 says, I'm just going over what we were talking about. No, you're good, Pod. No, I'm not being. No, you're fine. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no, Pod, I love you, man. Thank you. I don't assume gender, but thank you. Yes. I think, that's what I was thinking, Pod. Like, it had to be a woman because I'm thinking, like, the motive, The motive is like, and the walk, right? That little walk, like that, you walk into the refrigerator, right? We're seeing it, right? I think we were saying that, right? Walk into the fridge for a snack. The Conor McGregor walk. But it could also be a male doing that, right? All the people that walk like that are male, And yeah, there's women that walk like that, but there's not women that do shit like this, all right, every day. So no, it's not a woman. I think it's a white male, and with a beef with God and religion and the church. And he wanted to vandalize it, and he has this on to not get caught by any surveillance. And if someone walks in on him, he's going to talk to them like he's police and get them close. And then, he's got to shut them up. Now, here's the difference. You're asking me, is this man ready to murder? I don't know, man. I didn't see the surveillance footage. I was surprised. He's got a hammer. So if he needs to use it as a weapon, he sure will. But there's been killers that use hammers, sure. But there's been murders committed with hammers. There's been, hammer is not really a murder weapon, Pod says, Pod 953 says, I definitely think he or she knew her. Right. Give me, Pod, tell me your reason, right, for why this person, right, we call, right? Because we don't, real reviewer don't know. Pod, you're correct. I don't know, But Tell me your reason. Why this person knew her. Tell me. Now listen, tell me. You know, like, tell me so I can see. Because what I see is this person with a beef, not with Missy, but a beef with the building. You know, a beef with God. A beef with what the building represents. Not what Missy represents. Not Missy herself, personally. Wrong place, wrong time. He had a beef with this building. And guess what? It's going to get messy and violent when you're doing hand-to-hand combat with the hammer. When you try to kill someone with the hammer, I'm sure it's going to get very messy. Very quickly, you know? But tell me what you think. Ah, it was a love triangle. Yes, Pod 9538 is, you know, I thought that too, Pod. I really did at first, dude. I really did. I was on that. I was like, you know what? She's beautiful Christian woman, right? Beautiful family. It's too good to be true. This person is hired by the husband, or has a beef with Missy over the gladiator camp, or just wants to kill someone, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have the migraine a little bit. But yeah, right? I get frequent migraines. Yeah, so that is, yeah, that's, but I want to know, a love triangle, it's just a little bit too, no, you know, I just don't buy it. A love triangle. So what does the person benefit by killing Missy if it's a love triangle? And if it's a love triangle, this person did not look that mad breaking this church up. You know, didn't write Missy's a bitch, or, you know, Missy's a slut, you know, like on the walls, you feel me? Like, that's some shit in a love triangle, you know? Or going to their home and shooting them or stabbing them, you know? Like, this is a hammer, this is you know, that's what the word for it. I'm calling it so random because this motherfucker thought he was just going to vandalize this church that day and walk out, but when he ran into Missy, see, what happened was he was probably pissed off because his whole plan of being disguised went out the damn window as soon as Missy walked in, guys. As soon as Missy Bevers walked in, his whole plan of him with this disguise, you know, ordering and paying this disguise, Pod 953 says, I think she definitely knew her. We'll cover a little bit more of that. But yeah, blew his disguise and he was pissed. And look how fast. She's probably fast. She is a fast little... What the fuck? I bet you watch her workout videos, dude. Look at her flexing over here. You know? Just Google her name and you'll see that she is a beast. To kill her is something. A man kills her, Pod. Not a woman. A woman kills her, yes, with a gun or a knife. And even a knife is pushing it. What is the statistics on women killers with hammers and that do shit like this? It's not, it's very low. No, I don't buy it. Pod 953, it says people always leave something. They always do, and this is what the surveillance footage left us. Yes, you are right, Pod. This is what they left. A lot of shit. Sloppy. Sloppy eater, right, Pod, right? Going to the kitchen at night, sloppy, doesn't put their plate away, leaves their plate out. This is someone that leaves their plate out. I want to say this person's middle-aged and married, you know? White male, just about 6 foot. I would have put 5'10" on that. But white male, okay, married, at a town of 35,000 people. Why not get a name? You know, can I get a CNIS with a list of names of people in this town around 2016? I would love to read the names. All right, let's get a list. Fuck it. Can you guys get list of names? Like, is that something we can do? No, right? That's illegal or something? I don't know. Is that, like, not right or something? So we're just going to copy the city's name. Names of people in the town. Names of people in town. And I want to see these names of these people living in this town. Pod 953 said, didn't someone say about a, yeah, someone said about a father-in-law, Pod, but he was cleared with alibi, but he brought a bloody shirt 4 days after the murder, around the 22nd of April, I believe. He brought a bloody shirt to a laundromat, and they said, why did you bring the bloody shirt? What's the blood on there? And he said it was from a dog fight. And they tested the blood, and it indeed was not human blood, it was canine blood. So he indeed was telling the truth. All right, guys, there's a like fandom here. Individuals from Medellin. That is not the place we're looking for. We're looking for Texas, Virginia. I'm not gonna get like some kind of scenus, you know. Category from people from Medellin. Like, is that Texas? It's Scotland. Okay, don't think I'm gonna get like the mayor here. Okay, cool. Like, where's some people at though, bro? I want to get names. How can I get names? Anybody know how I can get names? These employers are very interesting though. Person brought tools. They're working industrial in this fucking town. Industrial, was he fired? You know what it strikes me as? Pod 953, it says, was there any news reports where people were interviewed? I didn't see any. No, Pod, you're right, man. I didn't see any. I think the husband was interviewed, you know? But I'm thinking this is a disgruntled worker, an industrial worker in this town that was fired or something, and is blaming God and coming to vandalize, you know, and on a mission, and then, of course, ran into Missy here. But I believe that, man. He's got to be disgruntled in some way, for sure. And we're thinking he's disgruntled with Missy, but that's not the case. See, that's where it doesn't make sense. See, Pod, that's where we can't make sense of it, because when we're connecting it to being mad at Missy and not God in the building that he's destroying, that's where you can't reason it, because you're like, he doesn't know her. He's got to know her by a love triangle. It's the only way. He's got to know her from the, you know, no. Trying to make connections that aren't there. Make the connection that's there. Same place, same time, wrong place, wrong time for Missy. It wasn't like her to show up early like that, bro. But what I'm looking for is names of this town, of people in this town. And just to see what they sound like. Because this person walks like, he's white, he's a male, he's got overweight problems, probably sleep apnea. Right. Who said he's religious? I am. I'm not saying he's religious. I'm saying he's got a beef with God or the church. You know, he's got a beef. Not with Missy. That's where we're fucking this up. That's where it gets, you can't comprehend it. You're like, wait a second, what's the connection? Because you're going somewhere where there is no connection. So yeah, it's a religious connection. He's there to vandalize the church. And what does the church represent? God and religion. So yes, he's either anti-religious or religious. He doesn't respect the church. He's breaking and vandalizing the church. He's angry at God, not Missy. She walks in and sees the angry, what he's doing. The reason he's in full gear is to hide from the camera, and the police is for anybody that walks in on him, possibly, that he runs into, that he can explain it away. He could not explain it to Missy because Missy works there all the time. So when he was like, hey, I'm the police, somebody called her, she's like, no, I'm not buying that. And he's like, wham, you know, or chasing her down. It was a violent struggle in that hallway. Yeah, violent, Pod. A violent encounter. So the cops have the surveillance. So they see how this went down. They're not going to release that, obviously. Pod says 9:53. But what did he break in the church? He broke a wall. He broke glass doors. He broke glass. Tried to break into doors. Was when you walk around and you're just like locky doodling shit and you're just like searching a place. He basically rubs his hand all across the wall like he's just strolling in a park. Like da da da. And he looks around of things of interest to touch, like you're in a store. Do you know when you're in a store and you look around as a kid and you're looking at stuff to touch? That's exactly what he's doing here. He's looking around at things to touch. He finds something that piques his interest to open. He opens it. He walks in and takes a peek at what's inside. If anyone's in there or anything's in there, whatever. No one's in there. He knows that. But whatever. He's looking inside. He's bored. And he's going around breaking shit as he goes. Whatever he wants to do. And I bet you he's on his way out when he runs into Missy, unfortunately. No way that this person is going to sit any longer. They're out of shape. They want to go home and eat and drink water. So he broke into the church to vandalize the church, scoping the church parking lot an hour before to make sure there was no one there, and also no workout he might have seen the workout happening. It's a small town, 35,000 people. So he's seen them work out in the parking lot on that morning usually, and he saw the rain. He went and made sure, they're not working out. They canceled the workout due to the rain. He can surmise that. Thanks for the like, appreciate it. But he surmises that. And he walks in and does his vandalizing carefree, but guess who comes in early, extra early? Not usual of her to do. And she came in at the wrong time. And she was in the wrong place, was the church. Yeah, it could be a wrong place, we know that. And sure was. And that was it. It was all she wrote. And that's why the murder occurred. Whoever this person is, it's 35,000 people in this town. They're in the town. They're in this fucking town. Just like Delphi. Just like Delphi. This person's in the town. Among them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The police have a lot more than we have. A lot more they're holding close. So they're waiting for something. I'm not sure what, but they're always waiting. Or they're testing the genealogy possibly. They have DNA. Possibly not. This person was really suited up well to prevent DNA. To prevent any kind of fingerprints. Sugar Cookie says, do you have a photographic memory? Your attention to detail is on point. Thank you. Pod, I think you were spot on. She was in the wrong place, wrong time. Thank you. Pod, it's okay. Like I said, you can have, I love your opinions. Nothing is wrong. You don't have a wrong opinion at all. I love to see things another way, but I want to consider that, and but I will. Sugar Cookie says, do you have it? Yeah, I do. It feels like it. Yes, I do movie reviews on my channel usually, but these true crimes have been fire for me. And I love talking about true crime. Yes, it is one of my favorite things. And yeah, my memory isn't Kodak. It's not Kodak, but it's damn close. I feel like sometimes I can it's all in my brain and I can access everything, but I have to really go, and take time, and then sometimes I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I see it, I'm see what I'm thinking, you know what I mean? But thank you for noticing that, Sugar Cookie 3. And thank you, Pod. You guys are awesome. Really keeping me company. This has been an awesome stream thanks to you both. Especially Sugar Cookie 3, but being in a hospital like that. Pod 95358 says you can get forensic from glass. Yes. 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 Forensics from glass. You can get forensics from a hair follicle that drops, There's a struggle that ensues in this hallway that is violent, and brutal. Sorry about that, guys. I have two small children there, and it's late, and I'm let them stay up a little late and play games. I'm charging my phone as I go through this. But I'm probably going to cut it soon. But I want to appreciate everybody. I'm going to come back maybe later on tonight with another stream, honestly. I'm thinking, sometimes I can't, I'm trying to think. I have so much true crime in my head, like you said, Sugar Cookies, you know, that I need to bring, you know, I just have so many thoughts on so many things. And it sucks, you know? Okay, so where are we here? But thank you, Sugar Cookies 3 Pod 953. You guys are amazing. Really appreciate you guys a lot. Something was definitely left behind. The cops missed or messed up. Correct. Now, Pod, listen really close, right? Now, Pod. Everyone is bringing up some great points, dude. Sugar Cookies. Well, you guys, hold on. I get my vapor here. Yes. Sorry everyone, I misplaced something, so I'm looking. But yes, you bring up a good point, Pod. Yeah, almost done. So yeah. So, Pod, Pod says, not for this, you have a new submate from the UK. Freaking love it. I have friends in the UK, man. I really do. Thank you, Pod. Where from in the UK do you hail from, sir? Thank you, mate. I appreciate you, bruv. Thank you, Pod. Pod in the house. I'm demonetized, like I said, for 4 years, Pod. So anything you do with the support, the sub, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. YouTube will never, you know, give me a dime from anything. So I appreciate you, man. I'm doing this out of love, and for my kids can see my videos, and also I love talking about true crime and everything, you know, reviewing stuff, right, Pod? It's interesting, right? It's fun. And people like you make it so fun, Pod. Sugar Cookie says, yeah, all right, sweet. I love it. Yeah, I love the you, baby. I love the you. If I could pick another country to be from, it would be the U next, and then Japan. So if I could be a British, I would, and be from the UK. I have a friend out there, a very close friend of mine. He is amazing. And I've known him for a good 10 years. So he's a friend of the channel. I have some videos with him on my channel. So check it out. We go way back. Thank you guys so much from across the ocean, from across the sea. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I know the time zone is different there, right? So it's what, like 6 hours ahead. It is in the morning over there, right? You guys are hanging with the Real Reviewers strong. We are strong, yes? Together we are strong, people. Sorry, I'm getting another aspirin. Like I said, I do get headaches. Okay, well, I'm losing my mind here. I lose everything, guys. No, I don't lose. I just forgot. All right. Yeah. So, Pod, you bring up a great question about the police. Sorry, I'm gonna get there. I'm just trying to handle some things. You bring up a good question about the police, Pod. Let me read it again. Something was definitely left behind. The cops, Mr. Messed Up. Pod 9538 says Norfolk. It's 4:06 a.m. Right, 6 hour time difference. Right, man. I gotta know that. Norfolk. Oh wow, gotta look that up, dude. Yeah, my friend stays in Dartmouth, and then I have some friends in Cornwall, England. So right near the sea, St. Ives. Mm-hmm. But thank you, Pod. Thank you. Thank you for testing me out, dude. You know. Thank you, Sugar Cookies 3 as well. And I just want to thank you, though, you know, Pop, for testing me out, man. You didn't, right? You didn't sub right away. You tested the Real Reviewer out to see if I'm a bullshit clickbaiter or if I'm doing this shit for the love and for the reality, right? And if I do have something real to say. So thank you, man. Thank you for giving me a chance to prove to you. If that's the case. If it was an easy win, it was an easy win, right? But thank you. Really appreciate you. But okay, the police thing, because there is police gear. Look at this gear. I gotta put the phone down. It's charging. Yo, look at this gear. This police gear. The police. what is the answer on this gear, right? What is it, like a vest? Police vest, Amazon. Is Amazon in existence in 2016? Check it out. So we're going to images with police vest, Amazon. All right, they have like the actual, bulletproof looking vest, right? This was not a bulletproof looking vest like that. She had a vest, but the back said police. Right? So police costume. Yeah, that's what I want. I want police costume. So police costume. Right? Just Google that. Oh man, that's disgusting. Sorry guys, it's bringing up like police costume with police on back. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there is these shirts. Whoa, this shirt is on it. Okay, here's a shirt. Adult police jumpsuit from Spirit Halloween. Okay, give me a second, because we're going to go over that footage, or that's what it looks like. I told you guys, I was jokingly saying Spirit of Halloween, wasn't I? But is there a Spirit of Halloween in this town? Pod, not for this, no, just enjoying the channel. Love it, man, thank you. Plenty of content, right? I appreciate you checking it all out. Pod 953, it says Velcro. You can put security in the back of them. Okay, but that said police, right? But it looked like it was implement. Like there's police here in a jumpsuit from Spirit of Halloween. Did that look like a full-blown jumpsuit covered by a vest? Give me a second, because what is her name here? I'm just moving her name. Oh yeah. I can't believe I'm blanking on this, because I'm like, my mind is racing. Missy Bevers. Crime scene, right? And I just want to look at this guy's, person's, yeah, police. Okay, so Pod, I think you're right, it's the vest, and it's Velcro, right? So it's the vest that says police, like you're saying, yeah? Alright, the vest, so it is a vest that says police. Alright, Pod, you're on it, yes? You're on it, my friend. Velcro, okay, put the security, okay. Really? Where does it come from? Police, Velcro, words, vest. All right, I got it here, right? There is the Velcro ones, like you're saying, right? You put the text on the back, police on the back. This person here, right, has police. That's big. And then there's something on the front. Is written on the front too. Is police written on the front? So you got to put police in the front so the person sees your front or back, right? So they see put the word police. Is that custom made then? Like they custom put that on, right? Like on the front and back, Velcro. Who sells it? All kinds of people. Estee. In 2016, who sells it? Amazon. So it's hard to try for 35,000 people in this small town. Who the fuck is going to be buying this shit? Is there a Spirit of Halloween in this town? Where to buy police costume in Monotone, Texas? Pod says, look up security uniform. Yes, just did. You're right. Mm-hmm. Assuming you meant Houston, Texas, you could find it at Pleasure Zone, Uniform Boulevard, Galls. Well, I didn't mean Houston. I'll spell it right. Spelled it completely wrong. Okay. Middletown. The 10 best police supply stores in Middletown. Walmart. You could buy police costumes located at Walmart Supercenter in Middletown at Walmart. Or Magic ETC Fort Worth costume located at 2007 Northwest Fort Worth or Middletown Walmart Supercenter. Amazon or Walmart online. So Walmart. So Walmart Supercenter, Middletown. I show you who this says, quote unquote, pleasure zone with the eyes at it. Yeah. Say that? Yeah, is that what that is? I don't know. Never been to that store. Shit, thanks for the heads up. Thanks, Sugar Cookie, for the heads up on that one. I'll stay at that store. I'm good to go. So, sorry about that. So yeah, let me just real quick go to Walmart Supercenter. You think this person works at Walmart and bought the hammer from Walmart and brought the gear from Walmart and just was disgruntled with God and religion in this church and wanted to vandalize it and was just pissed off about life? Walmart Supercenter. And what do you think about that? You know, it's not out of the realm, but it's pretty simple. And usually the simplest explanation is the truest. Occam Razor is the first is the explanation. Walmart Supercenter in Middletown, Virginia, Texas. So here it is. So this is conveniently located at North Highway, 400 North Highway. Let's see where this location to the Walmart is to the church. So this is on 4 North Highway, 67, Middletown, Texas, the Walmart. You can get a hammer there. You can get the gear there, right? You can get everything you need there. I believe it was there in 2016. But we're checking where it is in relation to, you know, this damn church. That it has any relevance, but probably it doesn't. But here's the Supercenter. Has everything a murderer, a vandalizer would need and a murderer would need, right? Legacy Church is over here right next to the Supercenter. I don't know if that was in business in 2016. I'm not sure where these Google images are coming from. Pod says, I don't think religion had anything to do with it. Otherwise, if you look, more damage. You have another good point, you know? But I don't see like rage, you know, either. That's why an affair would be out of the question. Like you said, if somebody was angry about an affair, they would definitely, you know, be fucking raging in that place. Not necessarily like God, like it's just it. I know what you're saying, you know, escape room style, right? Start breaking shit, but like break stuff. But hold on, where's the church? I'm not looking the church up directly. There's a U.S. highway here. I remember it's on the highway. I'm just searching around. The creek? Okay, we're just looking around to see if it's, you know, what's around. And if it's around, there's the Walmart. Okay. Okay. I don't see the church overall. I know it's a big-ass building. So, wow. Nothing there, huh? I'm on to nothing then. Because, hell, I don't see where the fuck the church is. There it is. There's the church. Okay. Wait, I think I found the church. No, it's a distributor. It's a big warehouse. But it really looks like the church. Alright, we're moving. That would... I don't know. I guess I'm all wrong here. Way out the way. Don't see the church from the Walmart. So I'm not on the shit. I'm on the blanks, y'all. Pod says it's like they are time wasting. Right. Time wasting, right? So, yeah, they put their hand on the wall, they start rubbing the wall like they're just walking through a park, sure. They just bang on a wall here and there, right? They're waiting for Missy to show up at a time that she usually doesn't show up at. No. Yeah? Wait, Pod. Yeah, wait. The person's waiting. Wait. wait, she's showing up early. The person's waiting around for her to show up later, right? Just killing time, so to speak. No pun intended. Killing time, waiting for her to show up. Who tipped this person off that she was coming in early? You know, you gotta be on your fucking P's and Q's, yeah? Shit, yeah. That's a possibility. You know, that's a little bit of a good saying there, right? If you work on that a little bit. Wasting time. Give me a minute, going back to the footage, because you do bring up a very good point. Give me a second. One more time on this footage and I'm done. We're going to move on to the next crime for later. All right, hold on. You're right, Pod. This is where the crime has to be solved, is with this footage. It's like they're time wasting, Pod says. Hold on. I want to see the footage one more time, because I should have saved it. Hold on. All right, surveillance. So there's a 210 here. This is an extended. I like the extended. It's like by a minute or two. Whatever. I'll extend my fucking pleasure be. So we're gonna watch this one more time all together, okay? I just want to get this down because Pod brings up a lot of good points, guys. Like, I want to be concerned with the time wasting, like this behavior. You know, what's the behavior and the reason for the motivation, right? Hold on a second, man. My computer is so horrible. So, anyways, we're just watching this footage again, but I just want to see people's comments. Imagine how Missy must have felt during this. It's 5 a.m. She's all alone in the church when suddenly a stranger in SWAT gear comes from out of nowhere and starts attacking. Watch the video and starts attacking her. That's some real nightmare fuel. This is the most chilling piece of footage you know when you're watching a stone-cold killer passing the time until the victim arrives and really haunting. One of the creepiest videos I've ever seen. Go to the video, real reviewer. Stop talking about it and show us. Well, here you go. So this is the real deal. You know, this is the real deal. And you want it to be a woman, but I really do believe it's a man. Wasting time. Keep that in your head, everybody, because Pod has a point. Is this wasting time to you? What is this to you? What is this person? What would you be doing in an abandoned church? Like, would you be curious to walk around, check out the rooms? Now, Pod's saying that this person's wasting time until Missy arrives to be killed. Thanks for the 8 likes. I appreciate everybody tonight, especially Pod and Sugar Cookie. See, here's a weird thing. Like, when you come out a door, what's there that he's hitting? Like, it's just a wall? Like, you know, Pod, like, what is that person hit? Like, what is they hitting there? Like, what is that, a picture of Jesus or something? What are they bashing that they saw through this door? And what door is this leading to? You know, what kind of hallway is this? Is this is a light there? That bright light. What is that? What is that light coming from? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Whatever, man. Keep running back. So stop. Wasting time. Okay? Wasting time. Remember, you said wasting time, right? Yeah, I agree. Wasting time. There's other footage they're cutting out. There's other footage here. Wait a second. There's better footage. Where's that other footage? Give me a second though, okay? Because I want it wasting time. You're about to murder someone. You know you're gonna murder someone with a hammer. You're waiting around with the murder weapon. You're just waiting. You're opening doors. You're touching everything. You're fucking bored. You know you're on camera. Obviously, this person knows they're being taped because they're completely covered. And the police is to lower the person in case they run into anyone. So you're telling me their intention was murder the whole time? This is the act. This is the behavior of a murderer. Well, yeah, the person murdered her. That's right, reviewer. It's a fucking murderer. Yes, correct. It is the behavior. But what you're saying to me is like, this person wasn't a murderer now. He didn't murder anyone yet, right? So no, this is not a murderer because he didn't murder anyone yet. Suspected murderer, but didn't murder her yet. That hammer being held like that. Wait a second, man. Wait a second. this right here is difficult for me for a second. A moment. Okay, as this person turns the corner, right? I want you to keep it. That's a man. That's a man with a limp or something. And they're saying it's from the gear. Nah, man, it's a man. Those are Nikes. Those aren't boots. Those are like shoes. Those are shoes, like high tops, right? Or it could even be low tops. Those are like boots to you guys? I don't know. It could just be me. That doesn't look like boots, but whatever. Maybe they have boots. They have the whole costume, right? Why would they just have fucking Nikes? Because they're sloppy, and they're just comfortable. They need walking. Their feet hurt. It looks like their feet hurt. Pod 953, he hits a window and the glass falls on the floor. A picture of glass with the glass in the frame. Yeah, it looks like sheetrock though. It looks like sheetrock from the wall. You know? We'll run that back. But look at that shoe. Like, it doesn't look like boots. But look at this real quick. The scroll. Sorry, I'm looking at this really close because there's like a scroll here, like kicking his feet. Wait a second. So coming around the corner, there's the hammer, looking down the hallway if there's anybody. But look how the hammer's held. Wait a second. Look how a man would hold a hammer. Really is. It feels like a man would hold a hammer like that. And the trousers look too short. They do look short. Too short. The shit didn't fit him. Overweight. Camp Gladiator, anyone? You're right, Pod. Way too short. They're running up him, right? Yeah. That shit happens when I sit down, let alone stand up. See how he grabs the door? It's like, wow, it's open. See that? It's like he jiggles it and he's surprised that it's open. Like, oh, that's open. Cool. What's in there? Huh. Oh, it's a double door. See? Like, oh, wow, that's cool. That's why he doesn't know the place. Done. He doesn't know this fucking place. Like, he's surprised by that door. Yeah? Can we agree on that? Look at that footage again. Very surprised by that double door, that it's like a 2-half door. And he even steps in. Like, what the fuck's in there? Did you see that? Yeah, I only need to see it once, because we've seen it a million times, right? But, yeah, Pod. He's looking like, wow, that's cool. Like, first he's like, whoa, that's open. And then, oh, wow, it's a double, oh. And he goes, opens it again and peeks in. Never been there. Never been to this place, probably. But maybe once. But no. He was very surprised by this double door. Left-handed, right. Oh, good point. Left-handed. What is this? Not many people are southpaw. Right, good point, Pod. If he is left-handed, not many are left-handed. Not many. Now is your list of 25,000 down to what? You know? But I really think this person has not been here before, like, or maybe it's just not, this is not what you think it is, you know? That door opening, let's run it back one more time, this door opening. And let me just, not put it in your head, but, you know, take a look and just tell me why do this, right? Like, the door looks like it's 2 doors, like 2 separate doors, doesn't it? And so does he. Like, very surprised by this door. I agree. Right. You know, it interests this person. You know, if this person was here before, it wouldn't interest them as much. They would kind of know the door is like that, or doors are like that here. This person, if they know the area, it was wasting time to wait around and kill Missy, specifically Missy, and was hired specifically to do this, or premeditated this, you know, they would have cased this place inside and out. They would have known this place. They would have known this fucking door. They would have known all, you know what I mean? Ins and outs. If they knew Missy, they would have known this church. It was someone she knew that killed her. They would have known the church. But watch the reaction. Huh? Ah. And he goes in and like, wow, what the fuck is kept in there? That's cool. And fuck it. Okay? What do you think about that, Pod? Right? Very intrigued by this double door. Like this, how the door opens. Like, whoa. And he peeks in. Like, what are they keeping in there? Oh, nothing. And he's out. Because his interest is obviously not to steal. And to look into, he knows, you know? Just, oh, whatever. He's just walking through the church. It's a power rush. You know, it's a power rush. There's swag here. There's cockiness here. You're wearing a police outfit. This person is cocky. This person is arrogant. This person thinks they're smarter than the police, which they are. Okay? This is the person you're dealing with. Smarter than the police. Wearing a police outfit, doing a crime, a murder, a vandalism, whatever you want to call it, right? So that double door intrigues this person. And then because they don't know the place. He walks over here. This is the video part you're talking about, Pod. So let's see if it's glass or if it's sheetrock. That looks to be sheetrock. Very pebbly. Naked eye can see it. So it looks like to be sheetrock. You know, it doesn't look to be glass. I'm not sure though. I don't have further, you know. I'm just looking at what we're looking at the ground, you know, banging on the wall, or whether there's a picture there of some kind. Something is bothering this person, and they bang the shit out of it. And then it's all sheetrock on the ground. I mean, maybe it's glass. I mean, right? I don't know. But it looks like sheetrock to me. It looks like wall. But the double door is intriguing. This person is looking up the hallway and then runs into this double door that looks like it's two doors side by side, but it actually opens to like, it's so weird looking because it's an optical illusion. Here I'm looking at it, look like he's looking at it. He looks to open a regular door, but it's not, and he's very intrigued by how this door opens. See, he grabs the handle and opens, like he's expecting it to open up one piece. He's like, whoa, it doesn't. He looks up and he grabs the other piece, so he doesn't know this place. Okay, if he was the murderer, pre-hired, he would have been known case this place inside and out. And not messed with this door and been so intrigued with the door and surprised by it. So thank you, right? Come on, man. Like, let's get real here. You know, all this behavior is not knowing the place. But we're convinced by the internet and all these crime sleuths, right? That, oh yeah, there was something going on here. This is an act of someone that knew this place. By back of their hand. They knew the place like the back of their hand. No, Pod, that is not the behavior of someone that has cased this place for a murder. Premeditated murder at that. Yeah. If it was, they should have been caught by now. It was the sloppiest fucking shit ever. But apparently, I'm not a police officer, so I don't get paid to do this, you know? And I'm not even a crime sleuth, you know what I mean? I'm a reviewer. I'm reviewing the crime, I'm reviewing these people, the video, telling you what we see, right? Yeah, man. Pod says the hammer is always in his left hand. Opens the door with right hand. It's a Dutch door. He didn't know it was a Dutch door, though, right? He's fascinated by the Dutch door. Come on, dude. That's the longest place he takes besides trying to break into the room, one of those rooms, right? Across from the, you know? It's the one thing that really catches his attention this whole time, and he's intrigued by it. You can tell he looks up like, whoa, that's fucking cool. He expected it to be home. Yeah, Dutch door. He was surprised by the Dutch door. If he knew the place, he would have been surprised. He would have seen that door plenty of times. The hammer's always in his left hand. Opens the door with his right. All right. Let me run that. So I'm running it. I'm going to loop it. Let me loop it real quick, and I'll run this and see if you're correct. Which I think you are, of course. So, yep, right hand. See his head pop up, dude? Wow, I saw it. Boom, guys, and it's a man. It's a man's reaction. I gotta show you this. You didn't see that? Watch his head in surprise. Watch his head in surprise. See? See that? See the head pop up in surprise? Literally showing you surprise. Whoa. See? There is a tilt of the head very quick, like, whoa, that's cool. Whoa, see? Whoa. He hasn't been here. Exactly, right. So all the crime sleuths out there, everybody's saying, giving you, pushing you. We have it all here, but everybody doesn't want to hear the real reviewer side of it. Yeah, right, definitely surprised. And if this person knew this place like they're saying he did, and it was premeditated, would have cased it, and would have been in and out of this church plenty of times and known that was, like you're saying, Pod, a Dutch door. Right, a different kind of door that opens very different from any other doors he's opening. No other door that he opens like this. I haven't really seen a door like that from maybe my school days. I don't know. That door is unusual. And he finds it unusual. And he reacts physically to it. To the surprise. You see that? Yeah, man. And it's a guy. That reaction is a man's reaction. That's a man. And he's surprised. Stop. Oh shit, that's cool. Wham. Peeks in, he wants to know what's in it. Curiosity killed the cat. Very curious behavior. Curious behavior. Very curious person here in this building. And that's it. He's never been here before. So anything about, this is premeditated, and all that shit, and this place, and he knew the church, and he knew her beforehand. You have to know that door was a Dutch door, like you're saying, at least to some degree. Yeah, it's a big-ass building, but this person would have to be there plenty of times. Plenty of fucking times. So, Sugar Cookies, we said definitely surprised. Yes. Yes, Sugar Cookies, what do you think of that, It still doesn't answer the question of who this person is, Well, maybe that's for another night, But I'm at 17% charge. It's 11:35 at night. I've been streaming for 192 minutes. 8 likes. I wanted to do something interesting. I'm trying to think of another crime I could do later on, maybe tonight if I can't sleep. What is interesting? But this was interesting because it has this footage, and I had my preconceived notions coming into this stream about this. Like, it was a female, and it was like an affair, or this was set up, the premeditated, right? There was a beef here. But no. By the reaction, by everything we did on live stream, guys, when you see my reaction unfold, right? With Pod, Sugar Cookies, everything we broke down. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I definitely think it was a wrong place, wrong time for her. This person was there for another reason, but it ended in murder. And it happens all the time. You walk in on my cat burglar, get guaranteed your ass is grass. Pod says very strange. It is strange because of the behavior of this person. Meaning the outfit and the walking around the church at this time in the morning. It's very weird. Yeah, it's because it's not normal, This person isn't normal. You know what I mean? Like, they're local, though. They're in this neighborhood. They're in this city. There's no fucking way. And there's 35,000 people in the city. But the person is not really local then, maybe, because they don't know the church specifically because of the door. So it's like, well, maybe they went out their way. Maybe they're from a bigger city like Fort Worth, that's closer. Possibly, but the tools brought tells you a lot about the person. Lay down. You guys go pee and brush your teeth? Go pee and brush your teeth now. But yeah, guys. Wait. That's all I want to do on this one because, like I said, I wanted to study it as far as I could push it, and it is a very strange case, Pod. I'm just finishing the last of the surveillance. But it's a man to me. It's a fucking man. He might have feminine tendencies, like, feminine looking shape to him and walk, yeah. Possibly babied by his wife. I don't know. Possibly spoiled. It looks like an industrial worker or Walmart. He's very looking disgruntled to me. And those don't look like boots, they look like shoes, you know? And like you said, trousers don't fit, the costume don't fit. He just ordered it and said, fuck it, put it on, and did his thing. There's like sheetrock all over the place. Where does he break? You know? But Missy died in a violent struggle to get out of there. And this person walks away with murder. Because the police, like you said, don't know how to do police work. So they don't want to fucking do work. So that's it. They just want it to come to them. They're like, well, don't worry, it'll come eventually. Oh. Well, you gotta be sitting on this shit day and night. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be sitting on this shit day and night, studying this video every single day of your life. You know what I mean? And trying to figure out who the fuck is this person. And then you gotta track down, okay, the tools, why the tools. Like, you gotta, certain reasons why. You gotta do everything and everything to track this person down. Pod says, whatever it is, I will be here. Take care, buddy. Thank you, Pod. Appreciate you, brother. Sure, Cookie says, I'm going to catch the Anne Heche live later tonight because I'm wide awake now. You got a ton of views on that one. Congrats. Happy for you and excited to watch it. Thank you. Did you notice that? Yeah, thanks to you and your idea of Anne Heche. I did it during the day, and it worked out beautifully, more than the Gene Hackman. So, you know, this is my new niche here. You know, I've been doing, not even a new niche, I've been doing crime for, you check the channel, you know? But you did me good ones. It's interesting streams that get the views, and I need the views. I'm demonetized though, you know? So any views I don't get, I'll never get a penny from. So that's not the point, right? This point is just getting to the algorithm, right? And get known. So if I could be, I'm a reviewer, you know? So I love true crime. I really do. There's so many other crimes to go, and I can't wait, you know? I can't wait, guys. It was so exciting. You believe that? That this would be so exciting? I feel disturbed saying that, but it's interesting and fascinating, and who knows, maybe one day somebody talk about my true crime, you know what I mean? Do me justice, everybody. Investigate this shit, right? Sugar Cookies and Pod, investigate my murder really fucking hard, man, you know? Don't give up until we find out what the reason is, and who is it? But thank you to Pod9538 all the way from the U, Sugar Cookie 3 all the way from the U, both you guys. Thank you so much. You're gonna make me cry because I just appreciate all your guys' like, it was so fun. Look at the smile on my face, you know? I couldn't stop smiling. And I kept going because of you guys. You know? Sugar Cookie and Pod, thank you so much. To everybody else that came in and out of the chat and didn't say anything or liked, the 8 likes, I want to thank you too. Even if you didn't come in, you didn't like it, I want to thank you for your time, okay? And I hope we have more time together. We will. Pod, Sugar Cookie 3, we are out of here. Rest up. Have a good night. If I don't see you tonight, I'll see you again. If I don't see you tonight, if I'm on, it doesn't matter. You are not obligated for nothing. I love all of you, always in my thoughts, and we're always up for new and better things. Thank you, guys. Take care of yourselves. And yes, night-night, guys. Super Cookie, Pod, 9538. We're out of here. Damn, that was a weird one. I'm a little creeped out. I need to, like, go chill the fuck out. Like, that was creepy. This walking hall shit is creepy. Let's get the fuck out of here before we get scared. All right, guys. Love you guys. Really do love you guys. Care about you guys a lot, for sure. You don't think I do, man. I'm telling you, anything I can do, I will do in my power. If I ever become something, I'm taking everybody with me. I'm telling you, why not? Why not? All right, love you guys. I'm out of here. All right, peace.